Welcome back, everybody, to Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI network. This is Trent, my co-hosts Bill, Alicia, Jaybone, and Basil joining us tonight. And this is the Impact on Access TV review for January 19th, 2021, the Hard to Kill Fallout. Crazy episode. We're all still kind of trying to figure it all out. We're all still settling down from the whole thing. Insane episode. This is the post show, the official, unofficial post show for Impact on Access TV. So welcome everybody to the chat. I want you guys to all sound the fuck off in that chat, man. Comments, all your thoughts. There's a lot to digest here today. Bill and Jaybone were in the watch along, losing their minds. Steiner math was played 86 times today. Shit. All sorts of shit going on. So how is everybody? How's everybody doing?
There was a 75.6% chance that I almost flipped my chair tonight.
It's definitely
yeah.
I miss sleep.
What, Tony in the front row's chair?
Tony in the front row. All sorts of stuff going on.
Hey, Impact Wrestling. It's great to be here tonight.
Yes, it sure was. Right in the front row. I'm sure you had a great time. We're going to talk all about that. There's a lot going on.
With a classic face next to him, Jerry Lynn.
There's a lot. There's so much to digest here. You know, I was thinking about having John Burton, our buddy John Burton, on tonight, but I thought to myself, there's too much happening. There's too much to break down, digest. So we want to use tonight to do that. Maybe John get next week, but we want to get Basil on for a couple minutes at the top of the show. Basil, you just got back from Hard to Kill weekend and the tapings.
Literally just got back,
Yeah,
like an hour before Impact aired.
Give us since we're gonna talk to Basil for a few minutes. He's gonna hop off. He's got like 1,500 photos to edit from the weekend, so we'll talk to Basil for a few. He's gonna hop off and we'll jump into Jaybone's news and the review and all that stuff. So
and I'm going to say this right off the bat: do not ask Basil for spoilers.
No spoilers. You ask
shit.
He doesn't even tell us shit. Okay. So.
Okay, good segue. I completely kayfabe Trent this weekend.
Oh, big time. Start off with that.
The amount of bullshit. It's bullshit. Bull crap. That Trent gave me.
I'm having flashbacks to Sammy Callan. Just get on with your story.
Yeah, it's about. I'm so happy that he kicked you out of your group.
Go on with your story, Baz. That's enough.
Yeah. And Trent decides to just be completely furious with me that I didn't spoil the biggest part of the show today.
I didn't want you to spoil it, but I was like, you set me up, and you're like, you're gonna be really mad at me, but I didn't FaceTime you for to say hi to somebody, and I was like, all right, well,
it was for two people, and then I said. First, after Matt came out, he popped, and I was like, "Oh man, it's gonna get so much worse," and it got so much worse after Jerry came out.
I was like, "Oh man, Matt was there. Did you say hi for me?" And he's like, "Well, there's
say
more."
Hi for me, a little stinger.
I'm like, "Yeah, a little stinger." I'm like,
a little stinger, brother.
He's like, "There's more," and I'm like, "What do you mean there's more?" He's like, "There's more. Just keep watching it." And then I see Jerry Lynn. I'm like, "You got to be fucking kidding me, man!" Like, I'm a friend of Jerry Lynn. I've been on Jerry's podcast. You know what I mean? Like, this is bullshit. Jerry Lynn on Impact Wrestling for the first time in over a decade, and I don't get to. I mean, I didn't want to know. I like the surprise, but shit, I want to say hi to Jerry. I'm not going to see Jerry for a long time.
Yeah,
anyway.
It was good to catch up with TK and TK. Jerry. TK. That's TK.
TK. Go ahead.
Big front row TK.
Front row TK. Hey, he is the first. Hey, they're the first people to be an audience.
Oh no.
Since hold on, don't cut me off. Since Mr. John Burton at Slammiversary.
John Burton, technically, yeah. That's
John
true.
Burton was a party of one at Slammiversary.
Yes,
that's
he wasn't
true.
supposed to be shown, but he was shown.
Yeah.
Wait,
it's kind of hard when it's like if action spills to the hard camera. But yeah, he was there. He was chilling.
Very cool. So tell us about the experience, man. I mean, obviously zero spoilers, but we want just
wild weekend, guys. Like the next month of Impact, guys. We're just gonna keep coming with them. Like, you won't know what to expect. You won't know who to see. I'm not gonna even tell you what type of people you might see, but if you are an Impact fan or you're a new Impact fan and you're just joining, welcome for the ride, because it's gonna get crazy and the road to rebellion will not stop. Like, we everybody, the production, the wrestlers, staff, everybody worked their asses off this weekend. The longest hours I've had at an Impact taping, like consistently. Usually I have one day that's long. Every day was long. We pumped so much content out for you guys and doing everything we can for you. So please watch, enjoy. You won't regret it. It's going to be insane. It was, like I said, it was great having Kenny there on Saturday. Awesome to go with all of that. And then the next day we had TK and Lynn, Private Party, Matt Hardy. It was great. It was a lot of new faces that you guys have already seen.
Yep.
It's great. It's awesome. I enjoy it. I don't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect going into this weekend. Like, I don't know what happens until when I get there. So just rolling with the punches. So
very cool. Listen, everybody who's just joining us, Basil here is the ringside photographer for Impact Wrestling. He was there, just got home from all of it. So it's a lot to digest. He's got 80,000 photos to edit. All the photos you see coming out of Impact over Hard to Kill, the promo photos, all that stuff, that's all taken by this guy.
Yeah,
so
kudos to Basil. I love that background with the lights, like a very 80s vibe to it.
Yeah. That with the tube lights, like the color.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not me. So
that's not you.
No. So that's we something called ID shoots that we do, and you guys will see all the footage for that coming up from on Impact very soon. Kevin Martin he's a beast. He did so many of those.
Oh, so that's Kev.
That's Kevin. I just took a selfie in front of it and was like, yeah, new profile.
Yeah, because I saw you in front of it, so I assumed it was you.
No, that was all Kevin Martin. Kevin, hey guys, I can't even. There's no way to even put into words to explain how much work Kevin does. He really busts his ass, and he did it like crazy this weekend. We didn't even get to get Waffle House together. That's how busy we were. When I'm telling you, it was, we left the office to go to sleep, to wake up, to come right back. There was no, I barely spent any time in my hotel room. Literally not, when I left the hotel today, it was basically the same as I came in. The only thing that was messed up was the bed.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you ask Basil for spoilers, I will put your ass in a timeout. I just put someone in a timeout. So
yeah, I'm not not even talking about storyline stuff right now, guys. That's not gonna happen.
Who's posing as Party Time Trent Zuberi in the chat here? Who is this?
Oh my god!
That's hot stuff there.
I want to know who the hell this is. Wait a minute. I'm just looking at that. This has to be a Zach Monifer creation.
I think that's Zach himself. That's probably Zach himself.
Probably Zach himself. Anyway.
Good old Cody Forbes.
Jesus Christ.
Scary. I thought we were
wait, Shuttleworth, what are you talking about? Which photo of Deonna?
Which one?
What was it?
The twerking
photo. Oh, the twerk. Yeah, I said, yo, Deonna, you should twerk. And then she twerked.
But
we were so slap happy yesterday.
I bet. Here's your spoiler. Here, Kevin Martin.
There you go. There's a spoiler.
Attaboy, Kev.
That's wrestling on Tuesday.
We post spoilers.
We've been saying that for years.
We literally own the night.
Yeah, seriously. Tonight was.
I don't care how dark the lights get. We own the night.
Shots fired.
We own it.
Very cool.
We own it.
Very cool. Well, else, Basil, anything else coming out of the weekend that you can talk about?
Tracksuits.
Tracksuits. Fucker's wearing it on the show just to rub it in.
I love it.
That's awesome, man.
Dude, they're so nice. We all got them this weekend.
That's sweet. That's sweet. I gotta have to talk with our boy Ross Foreman about that. You know, we pump out how many hours of content a week for this company, and we can't get tracksuits. You know, we gotta squeeze them for my Shop Impact order still hasn't arrived. I ordered it 13 days ago, and I haven't gotten it. I can't even get a tracksuit or my T-shirts. Unbelievable!
Oh my god!
I'm taking a stand. If Tony Khan gets a tracksuit,
If
Take a
Tony
stand there.
Khan gets a tracksuit before the four of us who do the show here, there's going to be Dr. Ross is going to have some words with us. All right, I'm telling you, Dr. Ross, I owe you pizza, but you might not get that pizza if I don't get a damn tracksuit too.
Oh my god!
He's like, I have cut off all of your guests.
Hey, if you take him out for some deep dish, please let me know. I will make the drive to Chi-Town. All right, I am missing me some deep dish.
That's awesome.
Ain't no casserole. I love my deep dish. I just love food.
What else is going on, Baz? Anything else to talk about? Did Kevin Martin just sleep at the office the whole time?
He pretty much. I mean, it was nice that on Saturday I got to do normal ringside. And then, everything else was just the pay-per-view was epic. I was blown the F up because I haven't shot in 2 months and then haven't done ringside in like 4 or 5. So I was breathing heavy at the end of that night.
That had to feel pretty good being ringside for that pay-per-view.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So check this out. Kevin was wearing his track pants, and I was like, Kevin, now you have to wear them the entire tapings because it's just for consistency. Because if something is shot like the next day or whatever for the same show or whatever, and you see, it's just for, you might not see it, but just in case, it's just to be consistent. So he had to wear them the entire weekend. I was like, these are comfortable, but not to wear for 3 days straight while I'm working because they're pretty heavy. I mean, they're comfortable, they're thick, they're not cheap or anything like that at all.
Nice. Oh, okay. So they're not the total windbreaker ones, all right?
No, they're not windbreaker.
So they're actually like warm up suits.
Yeah, they're actual like warm up suits for
That's
sure.
Cool, man.
Nice.
Really cool.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I mean, do you guys have any questions that doesn't relate to me losing my job?
It's tough because we can't really add spoilers, right? So there's no spoiler. We don't want spoilers. We don't want any of that stuff going on. So
no, of course not.
Just overall, just a good time. I mean, you got to shoot people you never shot before, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had Matt Cardona debut at Hard to Kill. That was a fantastic one.
Yeah.
I'll never stop talking about like what that meant to me because my buddy Scott, who passed away, was a huge Zack Ryder fan. Didn't even care for wrestling, but loved Zack Ryder, and we would always watch Z2 Long Island Story. And nice. I told him that, and it was it was really cool. So I normally never take like selfie mark out type pictures, but I was like, yeah, for this one, I sent it to Scott's family and let them know what was going on. So it was that was really cool.
Yeah, because that's kind of shunned, isn't that, Trent?
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute now. Okay. If Ingrid's in the chat,
sorry.
I take one picture with a friend. Okay, and I haven't heard the end of it. Basil taking photos, no problem. He's taking pictures with no problem.
Well, he's a photographer. You get away with it, Trent.
But even more so, he should be taking them.
Trent, I didn't take any photos with anyone on my first day on the job.
All right, look, Basil, there's a reason I haven't been called back. I didn't get called back for Hard to Kill. You know what I mean?
Your time at Impact lasted longer than your marriage, at least.
I guess he gets the machine gun tonight.
I think that's Alicia's favorite. Bang! Yeah.
Yeah,
Bang.
Don Callis, the way he says
Goodbye
it.
and good night.
Bang.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. I was for the Kenny. I was like, man, I have to do normal ringside. Like, we can't have Kenny through ropes. We can't have a pay-per-view through ropes. Like, I feel like the pay-per-views, I'm able to swing it to do because I'm out there the entire time. I don't have to run back and forth.
You guys swing?
Good swing.
I mean, I think Nate saw me running back out like during Moose's entrance on that main event because I had to get pictures of the Good Brothers and I was getting Omega and the Good Brothers promo pictures like 30 seconds before their match. So
here's a couple of questions for you, Basil. How much are you taping at one time?
A lot.
A lot. That's
or
right.
we can tape anywhere from 2 to 3 episodes in a day.
Nice.
It's all broken up. Trent saw it, how it is. There's nothing. It's not like, okay, here's this episode here, boom, boom, boom. We just tape all the matches. Sometimes they're in order, sometimes they're out of order.
Yeah.
It really depends. So.
And was that 2 days of tapings?
2 days of actual tapings. Yeah.
What was in catering this time? Mark wants to know. What do we have?
There was prime rib, there was turkey, there was
Look at
brisket.
It's hard to kill now. You got that hard to kill money coming in now.
Was Matt Palmer doing a good job serving you?
Oh man.
Oh, no, Palmer wasn't there. Palmer's dead. Palmer got destroyed by Moose.
Deserved.
He got destroyed by Moose.
Dominus Ominous.
And then
should have stuck to
a lot of coffee.
Armand wants to. When's the next special? The Impact. There was an Impact Plus special.
That will be announced at a later date. I'm not the one to break that. That's not my job.
There you go. Very cool.
But just, hey guys, just so you know, if there's not a pay-per-view that month, there's an Impact Plus special. Remember that. That's something that Impact committed to. So just keep that in mind. We had Hard to Kill. I mean, we even had 2 this month. We had Hard to Kill and we had the pay-per-view. So I mean, there's be an Impact Plus special, I'm assuming, every single month. Even if there is a pay-per-view.
Yeah, so there you go. Just like keep in mind, there's always something going on.
If they did it like they did last time, they may announce a few at the same time. Like they might be like, remember they did, here's November and December's names.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do that again. Here's February and March.
That's for Impact to announce, not for me. So I don't want to jump the gun on anything there. And thank Moose for my what? I didn't see that last one.
Thanks, Moose, for my Twitter follow. Did you put that in for him? Did you put that in for Miles? He's convinced you did this for him.
I did it. Cool. That's so
very cool, man. Awesome.
That wasn't Rosemary. Oh, I got stung by Steve's Mist when he sprayed Kayla. When was that on? No, Tennille. When he got Tennille, and it was first match of the night, man. And then all of a sudden, I just see green. Green was all up in my hair. It was literally, it covered. I took a selfie. Hold on. It was. I'll send it to Jaybone right now.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Is Daniel allowed to be here? Didn't Susan report him?
Yeah, I thought you got reported to the manager, Daniel. What are you doing here? I thought you're grounded for right now. What the hell?
She said to a senior official, and I believe there is no senior official.
I don't know, man.
News breaking.
I just sent it to Jaybone how I looked, and the mist kept sweating into my eyes during the shoot. I had no idea where it was at, and I couldn't leave ringside. And everyone's like, "You got mist in your face." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit." I was like,
all right, so we'll do a little share screen of Rooney.
Yeah, share it, man. Share it.
Oh. It was pretty brutal. It was.
Wow.
It got you pretty good. Huh?
Yeah, and then it was all over my arms. It got the Apple Watch. Yeah.
Oh shit! How about the camera? The camera's okay.
Camera was no, it got the camera lens, so there was a couple pictures with green mist.
Looks like you got nailed with a paintball.
Yeah, it was. It did not feel good. That stung all night. It was itching and everything. I don't know what, and it was in Steve's mouth. Ugh.
Yeah, well, you figure it's this is from some demonic personalities. So who knows what's coming out of their orifices? We'll just
that's enough. They're talking about orifices.
But I mean,
demonics. And...
Here, but to be honest, I'll send this one. I had it pretty easy. Tennille, on the other hand, did not. I just sent that to. Let's see if he'll.
People are saying it was an honor for you to be misted. You know, I mean, everybody gets misted, so it's an honor for you to be misted. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Are you saying another one? We'll display this other one, and then.
Let me see. I'll just do the image.
Kevin's saying that D'Lo even got splattered with that.
Oh, I did. It was brutal. Here, I just
on that, huh?
I just posted.
Yeah, no shit, huh?
I just posted the link in the private chat.
All right, go ahead, Jaybone. You can take. I'll let you take that, Jaybone.
Tennille got the worst of it.
Yeah, she posted it before and after. I saw it too. So
she posted on her Instagram.
Yeah, poor Tennille. Was it on? What did he make it on her social media? That's what I wanted.
It's coming up air.
Very nice. All right, here we go. Jaybone's going to share this right now. If you're watching on video, you're going to see it. If audio, You're not going to see it, but come over to the video and watch it. We're going to display this photo.
Why aren't you guys watching live? Why you?
It should be. There's quite a few watching live right now.
Good.
I can't open it, Basil. It's not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on. Boo.
It's coming up error. It's not negative.
Hold on. I got you.
Come on, Basil. But yeah, for anybody just joining us, Basil is the ringside photographer at Impact. You know, he just got back today from being down there for Hard to Kill weekend. So he's just giving us a little insight, the experience, how it was like, how if it was, fun he had, things he did, kind of thing. No spoilers, 0 spoilers on. We don't do that shit here. Don't even come asking for it. That's not gonna happen here.
Never. Jaybone, I'm sending it to you via Twitter since Facebook is stupid.
Yeah, all right. There we go. Cool.
Facebook.
There you go. Just sent it.
My Twitter.
Just sent it on the Twitter machine.
Overall, Basil, a historic thing to be a part of. A lot went on this weekend.
Very historical week.
Dear God.
I show it, Jaybone. What do we got?
This is a money shot right here.
Crap.
Money shot.
We're gonna see it. Let's see.
Look at this.
Holy crap! Look at that. She got murdered.
That's a whole lot.
Murdered.
That's a crime scene. That is a crime scene. Jesus.
That is choice.
Her screams are worse than the mist.
Basil never puts himself. I'm gonna put over Basil right now. Basil, you're pretty damn good at taking pictures. Can we get a round of applause for Basil?
Yeah, let's give him a round of applause. Hey, good job, kid.
I appreciate it.
He hates praise though. Like if I were telling him they need to good, he's like, stop, shut up, don't tell me I did good things. And I'm like, fuck it, then. I'm not gonna say anything to you from now on.
I appreciate it. I'm just doing my job.
You're getting it.
He's getting
just
it.
doing
job.
my job. There's a lot of other hard workers there. Ingrid, Johnny, Kevin, just Kenny, Eric Tompkins, Dave Shahadi, like all these people bust their asses all day. So
the dream team.
The production crew is nuts.
And it showed. I mean, that pay-per-view was great, and this episode was just, they knocked it out of the park. I mean, bravo to everyone, seriously.
Yeah.
Even Bravo.
Oh, yeah, Bravo was amazing. Yeah, Spence. Dude, me and Spence were supposed to get some tequila together yesterday, but I was there so late, I couldn't even get any tequila, man. It was bogus. We didn't get any beers, no tequila, no Waffle House. It was horrible.
Yeah, but you did get a tracksuit. That's
I did get a tracksuit,
right?
And I got a bunch of collar and elbow merch. So
now is that a collar and elbow tracksuit?
No, I have no idea. No,
you don't know who made it?
No,
anybody.
Yeah,
Dr. Ross made it.
Dr. Ross probably stitched them all together since.
Oh man, if he stitched them together, this is gonna last one more day, maybe.
All right, Basil, listen. Why don't you plug your stuff?
Maybe that was a gift from a big old TK.
TK? No, I don't think it was a gift from TK.
Yeah, come on, man.
All right, Basil, plug your stuff. Where can people find you? Find the photos you took this weekend. All that stuff.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at BZ, just like how it's listed right there. That's a B, 2 E's, 4 Z's, and a Y. All my photos right now, you can find it on IMPACTWRESTLING.com. Go to the news section, and you can click there, and then you'll see all the links for photos. I stream on Twitch, so follow me on there. Yeah, that's about it. And I'm actually really upset that I missed a week of the BSB show with Trent yesterday. We were on a good streak, but it wasn't by anything that I wanted to do or Trent wanted to do. I literally texted him as I left the building yesterday. It was like 1:30 in the morning.
So we'll be back. The Backstage Boys podcast will be back next week. So follow us there too at twitch.tv/thebsb show.
Yes,
and we'll
sir.
be back doing we're probably going to talk more Hard to Kill next week, the two of us. So join us for that. But yeah, awesome, Basil. Thanks, man. We appreciate you jumping on. Go edit all these photos. You got a lot of work to do, so get to it.
Appreciate it, boys.
Give him a follow, guys. He live tweet.
I'm one of the boys.
She's part of the crew. It's the gang.
She's the crew.
It's the gang.
Tuesdays for the boys.
Yes. So
and I'll see you mañana for the AEW Dynamite.
Yeah. Catch me tomorrow with Jaybone after AEW for Smash
hopefully
This Pod.
Someone's smacking Tony Khan upside the head.
Oh man, hey, listen, we can only find out, man. We can only find out.
Little payback.
Oh man.
But go ahead and follow Basil, guys. He live tweets the Impact photos too. So a lot of the photos that get floated around on Tuesday, they start at his Twitter and then they go around from. It's kind of like just they just kind of spread, from there. I was gonna say like a virus, but that's still in poor taste to say nowadays.
And really quick, Spence clarified it. Collar and Elbow did make it, but it's just exclusive for staff and talent. It will not be sold.
Yeah,
awesome.
Thanks.
That's nice.
Daniel
I know a guy on the other side of the country. He'll make it nice for you.
Yeah, listen, we got
great deal. 20 cents on the dollar.
Beautiful. We need to find the bootleggers to make it for the fans. All right, Basil, man, thanks for joining. I'll talk to you probably tomorrow, and then you and Jaybone will be on tomorrow night to see if anything comes out of this over there in Florida now. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right, man.
I'll see you guys. Thank you for having me on. You guys kill it like you always do. TNI is the #1 Impact podcast in the entire world, and it's for a reason.
He knows. Thank you, brother.
Basil.
All right. Later guys.
Beautiful.
Later.
Basil, there we go, guys. Give him a follow, everybody, and check in with him. His stuff is all available for you guys to check out. So he is all the photos you see, everything you see photography.
Kevin Martin did a little bit with those.
He did the backgrounds.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's nice. That is real sweet. That like 80s like retro vaporwave looking background. Super cool.
I love that stuff, man. That's my jam.
Big fan of that. Big fan. All right, guys, let's kick off. We got some news. Jaybone, you got any little news? You better be ready. You got 27 minutes to prepare that news. I really hope you're ready to go right now.
I might have a little something.
You got time with the jingle. The jingle will buy you about 12 seconds. So here we go, everybody. Start off with Jaybone's news.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, Jaybone's news. A lot of shit happened on Impact. We got to talk about it. Somehow he's got some news that doesn't involve what happened on Impact. I don't know what the hell he's going to talk about, but it'll be something good. Anyway, I hope you got something, Jaybone. Take it away.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
I hope you're ready, Jaybone. I gave you a hell of a setup there, kid. Maybe you're ready. All right, go for it. What do you got, Jaybone? What's going on in the news?
All right, so this I just like pulled this out of somewhere. This was something that was talked about a lot amongst Impact Wrestling fans over on shopimpact.com. Something dropped yesterday morning, and apparently they're selling out pretty darn well. The micro brawlers hit shopimpact.com. You got Abyss, you got Doc Gallows, Jordynne Grace, Eddie Edwards, and Moose. All micro brawlers, and all the unsigned ones. Let me double check here. All the unsigned ones sold out.
What do you mean unsigned? There were autograph ones too.
There was two versions.
There's two versions.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
The only one that was not signed was Abyss, and that one sold. I'm guessing that one sold out first. That's pretty unique. But Doc Gallows, Micro Brawler, signed and unsigned, completely sold out. The only ones that are left are the signed Jordynne Grace, Eddie Edwards, and Moose ones.
Nice. What are they going for? What are they selling these things for?
The signed ones are $40.
Yeah, $39.99.
Beautiful.
And the unsigned ones, I believe, were $21.99.
Yes.
So only $18 for the autograph version.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other new merch on there, as in they showed it on the show tonight, which was pretty cool. Brian Myers has a brand new t-shirt out there. Good Brothers,
somebody very interesting that debuted at Hard to Kill has a new shirt.
Yeah,
which is very rare.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona, I'm here, has a brand new shirt on there.
Quickest shirt for a guy debuting maybe ever.
I mean, the next day or Monday debut.
Well,
right?
maybe the Good Brothers had a shirt.
Good Brothers had a couple of shirts. I think like the day of.
Other than the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
I think that's a sign. I know all the fake wrestling news was liking to say he was just here for this, and who knows, but Impact doesn't usually invest in making a t-shirt if you're not going to be there for the long haul.
But you know what? Counterpoint though, Bill. It's easier to make shirts now using like the printing partnerships with like Pro Wrestling Tees and all that stuff nowadays. It's kind of easy to get a shirt ready.
They didn't have a Deonna shirt until she signed.
That's very true. That's actually very true. Good point. Very good point.
So yeah, there's a lot of new shirts. Go check out shopimpact.com. The socials. We're sharing them all day, sharing the links. You know, there was an Aces and Eights one on here the other day. I'm not seeing it now. They might have taken that one down, but they're moving a lot of stuff around on here. So yeah, go check it out.
Okay,
and
yeah, check that out, guys. If you're
collecting the 5 for 5, or excuse me, 5 for 20 is that sale for clearance is still on, and a lot of us took advantage of that.
I haven't gotten mine yet. Even has everybody gotten theirs?
I got mine the day before Hard to Kill. Yeah,
I have my box right here.
You just got Alicia. You got yours in like 2 days, all right?
Yeah, and Stefan got his in like 2 days too.
I don't know how that happens. Like, I think, like, well, they like Alicia. They don't like, they purposely ship mine late. I think is what it is. 2 day shipping. It's crazy.
And that's what you get for taking selfies on the first day of the job.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got Alicia roasting me. This is beautiful. Like, this is what's happening now.
So this isn't news, but I did want to show this off. So one name I was hoping was coming back tonight did not show up, but hey, never say never. I'm sure he'll be back at some point. This is some new EC3 merch that dropped, and I got
cool
this.
Shit.
Yeah, kind of like Punisher,
like,
you know,
twisted Punisher, like bloody Punisher.
And it says EC3 on the back. Now, there have been a lot of cool Brody Lee tribute shirts out. EC3 had one, and I got this because I thought this design was just badass. That's the Brody Lee tribute shirt through EC3 shot. All proceeds for that shirt do go to Brody Lee's family. So
okay,
pretty badass. But I did get a couple little bonus things with the shirts that I was not expecting. I got a postcard with the artwork that's on the shirt.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
and,
cool.
The guy that did the design on there. There's a postcard from the company that actually printed the shirts. That's justifiedprints.com. So
that's EC3's company. He actually is a part owner of that company.
Oh, that's his company. Okay, so there we go. And was not expecting this. This was a beautiful little bonus. I got an autographed postcard from EC3.
Hey, that's pretty sweet, man. That's a nice little care package you got there. That's pretty cool.
So thank you, EC3. So yeah, great shirts, nice little bonuses. Those are absolutely going to go up on the wall eventually once I get this all redone.
Very cool. Very cool. What else, Jim? Any other news?
Not off the top of my head, no. But basically just the merch stuff. Bill, you got anything? I know sometimes you pull some stuff.
There's not really a lot since happened since Sunday, other than I had that little hint that Matt Hardy could be up to something today because he responded to my tweet earlier today.
Well, Bill got into it. Let's put this up. Bill got into it with Matt Hardy today on Twitter. Like,
tell him about it. Tell him about it, Sweepy.
Yeah, maybe a shot fired here and there. Maybe, I don't know. It just
well, all right. So let's see if I can. Maybe I'll share screen or Rooney.
Yeah, you share it. You share it. But basically, Bill and Matt Hardy got it. If you guys missed this, Bill and Matt Hardy got into it today, and it was like a single shot, you know. I don't know if it was
it wasn't a heavy. I thought it was. I didn't think it was like overly negative or anything, but you never know.
Look at this dumbass.
It's kind of like he kind of put you on blast, Bill. I don't know what happened here.
I don't know.
I mean, first, I was kind of Bill starting off with it, and then Matt Hardy came back with.
I don't care. I'll beat his ass right now.
I mean, there was a little back and forth there.
Well, all right. I don't. For some reason, it's having trouble with the browser. But his tweet today that he put out, Impact Garrett, I'm sure, put out him beating EC3 for the world title in 2016 in Bethlehem. I was there. And then Matt Hardy responded.
Alicia was there too, right? Alicia, you were there too?
I was at the 2014 one.
Oh, okay, got it.
So he says this episode of Impact, along with the same day replay, was by far the most viewed TNA program of 2016. My final deletion was by far the highest rated and most watched single episode of TNA and went viral. I saved Impact Wrestling from going out of business in 2016. The truth is the truth. So then all the AEW marks go, you did, Matt. You the man, Matt. Of course, they would have went out of business, Matt. So I just chimed in. Big fan, Matt. I was there to see it all live. Agreed about final deletion going viral, but save the company from going out of business? That sounds like a bit of a reach. Huge asset, but not the only one. So then Then he comes back. Hold on. Let's get this.
Well, the big one was, I mean, he went for a kill shot on you.
He did
You a little bit.
Shot
you know, he tried really taking shots at you, and
let's see where was that response.
I mean, he went hard on the number one front row guy. You know,
so this was his response.
Yeah.
Yes, Sweet Pea. Now I'm Sweet Pea. Is that like, am I Pernell Whitaker to him? Sweet Pea Whitaker.
My God,
So,
he called you Sweet Pea in public.
He called me Sweet Pea, and then he said, "I saved TNA from going out of business. It would have either A, went bankrupt, or B, been sold to WWE. Broken Matt created so much viral buzz that Anthem stepped up and bought the company. That's a cold, hard fact. The truth is the truth," which is pretty much verbatim his promo from tonight. So after he responded with that, I let the crew know crossover starts tonight.
Well, don't forget, you did respond back to him with,
"You can take this microphone and shove it up your ass."
I mean, you kind of. Did you? I miss that tweet?
And maybe that was in a direct message.
I want to address one piece, and Alicia tweeted, guys, or posted in the thing. Ace Austin. Alicia, why don't you talk about? Alicia's never done a news bit. Let's have Alicia plug this. Yeah.
It's just a little something. So I follow this guy, and he does a lot of indie wrestling collaborations for like shirts and stuff. And he just dropped that collection for Ace Austin. All proceeds go to Ace, as far as I believe. And yeah, check it out because it's really great artwork.
Yeah, it's
nice.
My buddy Jonesy.
Yeah,
Jonesy.
Yeah, Bill, you know who he is.
Oh yeah.
He did some cool. I saw it when you sent that link to us, Alicia. He did some awesome. He's got a whole line of Ace Austin merch and a couple other wrestlers too. Maybe about a handful.
He's been doing a lot of indie wrestlers. Like he kind of started out with like doing a throwback with Too Cold Scorpio, but then a lot of guys like GCW guys. He works a lot with them, but a lot of guys just on the independent scene, like guys like we saw like Facade in Impact a few times. But no, really cool stuff, horror themed, but then also some standard themed and like soaps and all kinds of other stuff. So he's a merch man.
That's cool. That's super. Is he an East Coast guy? Is he by you guys out there?
Oh yeah. He lives 15 minutes away from me.
Oh, so Bill, I mean, go.
I've been to his house. I've been to Jonesy's house.
Go have some lunch. Go pick up a T-shirt for all of us and ship it out. Merry New Year for us. Come on, what are we doing here? But very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so guys, support that. It goes to Ace. You know, I'm sure Jonesy gets something out of it too. So support independent artists. You know, that's the idea. And it's really cool merchandise. Like that.
Yeah, and the printer is like Lehigh Valley up there, which is a very good printer. Like I know when people have recommended, like they're looking for a new place to get merch made, I always throw them out there. They're good people up there.
Cool. Very cool. Awesome. Anything else we want to put out there before we jump in? Anything other news, Jay?
I think.
No, that's I don't have anything else.
All right, let's kick it off, guys. All right, Impact on Access TV, January 19th, 2021. We start off with a little backstage segment with are we calling it the Bullet Club, or what are we calling them?
Let's call it Bullet Club. I mean, it was they were not shying away from it one bit on that pay-per-view. It was BC all the way.
All right, BC. So Bullet Club it is. They're backstage, they're hanging out in the locker room. They just kind of want to hang out. They don't want to do anything. So Callis says, "All right, let's go back to Jacksonville. Let's get out of here. We proved our point. Let's all go back and hang out in Jacksonville. We don't want anybody to forget what we did over here." So they just leave. And Don Callis basically sets it up like, "You're not gonna see anything from us here tonight. We're gonna go to Jacksonville. I'm leaving. So I'm chilling." So I guess he was letting you know you got your appearance at the top of the show, but he's like, I think it's a setup to kick over to tomorrow. So I'm sure they're going to refer to them beating Rich and things like that tomorrow on Dynamite. Now, what happens on Dynamite, we don't know. I will find out as Jaybone reviews and everything too tomorrow. With Basil.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to be watching it very closely, and I'll be going live shortly after to fill everyone in on what happened and see if there's any counter invasion, if you will.
Yeah, BizCliz. I guess they're calling them BizCliz, but Team AEW. But I'm figuring this. I think it's like a way they gave you. It's almost like they made you think like nothing's gonna happen tonight, you know, and then they threw a shit ton at us later on. So it was a nice little swerve in a sense. But so that's how we open.
Guys, you could say that one other little piece of news was down south.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Khan and company just trademarked Too Sweet.
Did they really? That's
Vince let it expire in 2017, supposedly.
Get out of here! Really?
We'll see. I think he's going to counter it, I'm sure, but that was in the news cycle today.
He's definitely going to counter that, no question about it. I can't
imagine. That was the whole thing years ago with the Young Bucks.
Right.
Cease and desist. Yeah. So
interesting. All right, Jay, I'm going to let you anchor the matches here. So what do we kick off with? What do we have to start off?
All right, so we kick off hot here with Eric Young versus Rhino, and all the parties involved are there. VBD's in full effect. You got Big Joe there. Ooh, that's just going to be a counterpart to every time I talk about Big Joe there. Big Joe Doering. And Diener's there, and Just Jake. Just Jake is at the side of Rhino.
Did they just say Jake on the banner? Was it just Jake?
No, I think it was still.
This was Cousin Jake, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay.
No, that's just me.
Just you. Okay.
Yeah,
He's been very vocal on Twitter, saying things like something has to change. Like he's
well, they're doing it here. Kevin Martin was doing it during the whole watch along.
Was he really?
Yeah. He's like, wow, something's got to change for Jake soon.
I love it's like everybody's kind of kayfabing a little bit here, which is nice. All right, go ahead though. All right, kick it. So we had that match. All right, kick it off. Joe, who's taking it first? Who wants to talk about this one first? What's the Alicia? Go ahead. Talk about the ladies first. Talk about this one first. Bound by Design, new group, newly named group, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's very fitting for them, isn't it?
Do we get more people? That's what I want to know. What do we think about that?
So haven't they stated in the past that there's potential kind of for it?
They said during the celebration, Eric did say there would be more.
Nice.
Yeah, well, we're gonna need bigger groups when it's Impact versus AEW. So yeah, sure.
Nice.
Wait a second. Is that turncoat front row material, Jerry Lynn?
Oh, we're getting invaded.
We're getting invaded from the front row material. Thank you for joining us, guys. Mikey Whipwreck and Mike Freeland did say they're going to send their people over as soon as they're finished. So thank you guys for joining us. Your very own Jerry Lynn was on Impact Wrestling tonight. We're going to talk about it. So thank you all for joining.
We're going to talk about it.
And guys, follow Front Row Material on Twitch. That's our buddies, Mikey Whipwreck, Jerry Lynn, and Mike Freeland. Go follow the Front Row Material pod right here, FRM pod.
Go
follow them right now.
Thank you.
It's one of the absolute funniest, most entertaining podcasts you'll ever listen to. I swear to God, I'm not just saying
we still love them.
Yeah,
we still love them. We still even Jerry Lynn.
Even though your old TNA history might get you by tonight, you do it again, Jerry.
Jerry Lynn got in there, but Mikey and Freeland, they're innocent bystanders in this whole thing. So we're gonna let it slide. But go follow them, guys, please.
They got to do what their bosses tell them. And I tell you what, and I said this in the watch along, the only thing that, for me personally, that's going to redeem all this is if Jerry Lynn gets in the ring one more time.
Oh, man.
With Chris Sabin.
And maybe James Storm.
We'll talk about it. We'll get to the main event. But, all right, so, guys, Front Row Material, go give them a follow right there, FRM pod. But at least you were saying, like, more people to be added? Probably not yet, right? I'd imagine. Not just yet.
It'll be a slow turn of events, but with the way things are going, why not?
Yeah. I think they got a good thing. They also have a new T-shirt out, guys. They also got a new. Bill, how many have you ordered already on the T-shirt? There's at least one on the way, right? Don't bullshit me now.
I just got I have boxes of T-shirts I haven't even opened yet. From the last sale. I think I got at least 10 or more pieces of merch here I got to open.
Jesus, look at that. And I still haven't gotten mine. I still haven't gotten my my first order. but
there are some nice ones, and I do like the new design. It's subtle. I like subtle shirts, and that's a subtle shirt. Those are big, man. NWO, biggest subtle shirt of all time.
It is. It truly is. It's one of those crossovers. Like a Bound by Design shirt, you don't have to be a wrestling fan to wear.
No, you wear that to a concert.
It just looks cool. It's a cool shirt. That's the big thing about wrestling shirts. Always has been, like, you want a shirt that you can wear anywhere, right? That's always been the thing about it. Like that they used to be so cheesy that you could only wear it to the show and then come home and take it off.
And it does. Now, like I was at one of the last concerts I went to, probably early last year. I went to Brooklyn for a concert, and I was actually wearing, because I'm like, I wanted something subtle and low key. I went to my indie shirt collection, not Impact, and it was an AEW guy. I wore an Orange Cassidy shirt.
Nice.
Like that, just like it was like the silhouette, like it was just him, a picture of him on a T-shirt. And I get recognized like in the crowd. They're like, "Hey, Orange Cassidy," and this is before like he was really doing much on AEW. So maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't know. But I was shocked that somebody actually knew who it was.
Adam, our buddy Adam Impact over here is saying, "Why do we have a TNI shirt and NWO lettering? This might have to be a thing."
Well, Jay did that for Smash's podcast.
That's right.
We probably should though. If you have 3 initials and don't have, but the thing is, do you go with that same design, or do you like the Wolfpack design, or do you do like the BWO?
Who knows? Well, wait, we'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
That's a good idea, though. Yeah. I think Adam would buy one from the sounds of it. So
Adam sure
it's
would.
a definite.
All right, go ahead, Bill. So, Bill, any thoughts on this one? Where do we see this going?
First, we notice that Rhino comes out with the cup.
He does.
First time we've seen it.
That's going back a few months now with the cup now, which is interesting that they're pushing it again.
Yeah, you're going back here. So, our first thought as we saw this during the watch along was, is Heath getting close to healthy? Like, is because why bring that up if he's not close to healthy?
Yeah.
But it seems like there was never a time frame, so we have no clue.
It ain't no secret. I need a job.
It ain't no secret.
Ain't no secret.
We need Heath back. It ain't no secret.
I'd imagine that was him coming out with the cup was like your little subtle, like he's almost back. You know?
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe if not this set, the next set. That's what Rebellion.
Maybe Rebellion. Yeah.
At the latest. Maybe.
Because he's been out. You're on 3 months now. 3 months he got hurt. Bound for Glory when he got hurt, right? So, damn, that's a quick 3 months. Holy shit, that went fast.
It did.
So 3 months, but yeah, I'm with you, Bill. They're kind of reintroducing the call your shot, and it's like, okay, maybe the guy, he comes back, we get that match, and then we go from there. Like,
and that's almost what you feel like even after the match, because all honesty, we love the guy, we love him, but Rhino, he got beat pretty bad by Eric Young in this match.
War Machine Rhino.
Like it was not the War Machine Rhino of old. He got beaten down pretty good by Eric Young. Now, obviously, Violence by Design, they got to look strong. They're named now. But poor. We thought maybe someone was going to come out and help him because Tommy obviously didn't come to ringside.
No.
And I was like, just don't be. We all love Tommy, but don't be the guy to save the day, Tommy. That ain't gonna fly. But then it was the referees.
Our buddy Daniel Spencer was down there.
Oh, he was trying. Daniel Spencer was trying to save the day.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, hey, here come the guys in the striped shirt. They're really gonna help. Yeah.
But they crack Rhino's ankle. Jake
really
beat
works
him down.
that ankle. He's back to the Chris Melendez days.
Yeah, he took him out, man. I always associate that little angle break thing where they wrapped it in the chair and they smacked with the Brian Pillman
he even called it. Stryker calls it.
Did he call it out? I didn't catch it. Yeah,
he Pillmanized them. He said
that's when the first time I ever saw that spot was when Austin did the Pillman. I don't know. I still don't know to this day how you work it. It just looks like either way you're gonna crack an ankle doing that.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool. That was I don't think it's over. I like that. So Eric Young does win by submission on this one. He does get that, so it's momentum for Violence by Design. Violence by Design. So it's going to lead to more with these guys. And I love that shot that they do when three of them come out. There's like this camera angle. You notice that, Alicia? Like they kind of shoot them from below, and they just look like they're towering over the camera. It looks really cool.
Yeah, it's
really
a good angle.
It is super cool. Really super cool. Nice.
It seems like everybody here, they want maybe the Wolfpack TNI shirt.
Our colors are red. Our colors are red.
And so is Impact's red and black TNI.
We'll talk. We got a couple designers in the pocket. We'll talk to them. Guys. Cool. All right, very nice. Right. So Eric Young does win. I think it's definitely some momentum coming up for Violence by Design. Violence by Design. It's going to be you're getting the long game with these guys. This is only growing with these guys. We just need some more promo time, maybe some more vignettes. Build them up on the other side of the camera too, and then we can go from there. Jay, any take on this? You stepped away for a second, so.
Just the fact that Rhino came out with the cup, and that told me that it was like that's reminding people that he won the cup and that he's still tied to Heath. So that told me like, okay, either Heath's gonna come back soon. There's a tie-in with Heath there somewhere, but then I started thinking once they like really like beat him down and worked him over, then I started thinking almost the opposite. Like, oh man, are they writing off Rhino because he's not coming back anytime soon? Like we might have to wait another few tapings or something for Heath to come back. That's so yeah, it's I was thinking like the broad spectrum here from oh yes, Heath's coming back. There's the cup. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know.
All right.
Well, and speaking of,
yeah,
this leads next week. We will see Doering's first singles match.
Nice.
Versus Jake.
So that's cool. Now, here's a little known fact. In 2005, it's on YouTube, Doering, a young Joe Doering against Rhino on Impact Thursday night. Impact.
Oh, wow.
Spike TV days. Yeah.
What a callback. Jeez.
Super rarity. It's on YouTube, guys. If you want to pull up another tab and pull that up, it's a you won't even recognize Joe Doering in this. Like, he looks like a whole different person. But a young Joe Doering against Rhino. So there's a lot of history here. Also, Doering is part of that BCW Michigan touring group and stuff too. So these guys have crossed paths. There's a lot of chemistry. And you know, being the youngest guy there, Jake, you know, he's a Michigan guy. So there's like a lot of synergy amongst these guys. So this is a fun deal. I like where this is going. I really like how this is all set up here. This is going to be some good shit.
Yeah.
Jay, before you said the next match, there was a little flashback to the post Hard to Kill interview with Swan. So our pal Gia Miller catches up with Rich Swan outside of the kind of like in the hallway of the arena after the loss at Hard to Kill. He talks about what happened. Moose comes out, kind of calm at first, and says, "Hey, I did my job. I was a team player." Then he just beats the shit out of Rich, and he's like, "That's it. Now we're not friends anymore. I'm here for my title shots. I don't need this shit anymore." So we set up with Swan calling Moose out to the ring, going back to the live show here. So, Jay, anything you want to note real quick? What Swan said here? Anything how he kind of took it on?
Oh no, I just was going to focus more at Moose. Moose just continuing the story of like, hey, he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He sat down with everybody in the start of that pay-per-view and said, "I'm a team player. We're going to beat him. That's why I'm here." And once that match was over, he went right back to his own narrative.
That's it.
What
do you got
in the chat?
Oh, Ingrid's there.
Hey.
Very nice, Ingrid. Thanks for joining us as always. No, it was cool. So he set up kind of like letting you know that hey, we had that part. We did it at Hard to Kill. Back to my title shot now. So they set all that up, which is great. I like that they just went right back to it. And so
that's waste any time.
No, none. Which again, we don't know when the match is gonna be, but they plant the seed like it's gonna happen. Yeah. All the other shit's happening over here, but all this is still gonna happen with the title. So they're still keeping the title focused, which I love. That the title is still important in this whole thing. But very nice. Jay, we had another segment backstage with Bravo, AC, and Larry here talking about Larry. Do you want to talk about this? Set this up, Jay.
Oh yeah. There was okay. I'm looking at my notes here. I'm trying to find.
You should be in jail.
Yes.
There's
just kudos to Rich Swan for in that previous one dancing while he cut his promo.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. He was dancing.
He was swaying back and forth the whole time.
Was he really? The guy's always got rhythm. He's always
got rhythm. He had rhythm to his promo. It was great.
If anybody
remembers, I thought that was later.
Oh, did he do two promos? Well, you're talking about the backstage.
Well, there's two of them, Jay. There's two. Well, the first one, it's Bravo and Romero go to speak to Tommy about.
Yeah,
Larry
that's where he doesn't give what it is. He who it is.
But
he tells, "What are you doing in the Knockouts locker room?"
Yeah,
Casey.
He's like, "You can't be going in the locker room." He's like,
he said, "Ring rust is over. Everybody's using it."
It's like, come on. He goes, "That doesn't mean anything. Everybody's using ring rust nowadays." Which I got to be selling it. That's got to make its way to Shop Impact. I mean, I don't care if you buy dollar store cologne, just slap ring rust on it. Like somebody's going to buy this. You know, Bill will stock up for the year on this stuff.
Do you have WCW cologne?
I do. I
thought so.
Oh man,
I thought
you still break it out every Saturday.
I'm gonna tell you what a fucking loser fucking mark that I am. Okay, I'm gonna set you up right here. I am the biggest fucking nerd. Okay, about this. But this is why I bought the set WCW cologne, the deodorant and cologne. Okay, Now we all know the deodorants that come with colognes are always crap. You know, they always suck. So I never use that. I use it here and there. Have it. Still got that, but that's not it. The WCW cologne bottle, I used it down to 1 drop. There's 1 drop left in this fucking bottle, which I can. It's like having like the Jurassic Park mosquito. You know, I can recreate life with the blood in that mosquito. I can bring back, Bill, WCW Nitro Cologne with that 1 drop. I can redo it all. I'm telling you, it's just like I'm like the guy in Jurassic Park.
The scientist can do it.
I can do it. I can do it. This is what a fucking nerd. That's probably the nerdiest thing I've ever done is down to the 1 bottle. And if anybody,
good for you.
if anybody wants, this is Patreon content. Maybe we'll do a whole night where we recreate. We take the drop and we fucking reformulate it off the drop. But anyway, I do have it. But I did have that. I did a Nitro Cologne. I even went to the Nitro Grill in Vegas, Bill. I went to a Nitro Grill in Vegas. I think I got like a big sexy burger or something. You know,
how
like,
terrible was it?
It was off. I remember. No, okay. Look, for me at the time, it wasn't off because I was like, oh my god, I'm in the WCW restaurant. Holy shit, this is great. My dad did not like it at all. He's like, fries are cold. God damn it. And he's like, I want $18.99 for cold fries. You know, he was pissed off at it. But I was like, but Dad, look, I got this mug. It says Nitro on it. And he's like,
it's $50, son.
$50. I got a t-shirt.
I got to ask you, though, was it served to you by Big Sexy himself?
Which one's Jay?
It was not served by Big Sexy himself. But I recall the waitresses were dressed as Nitro girls, you know, that kind of thing. It was like a whole, autographed memorabilia, and I'm like taking pictures with, you know, autographed Hogan gloves, and I was like, hey, look at this, you know. And my dad's, can we get out of here, please? I'm like, no, but Dad,
the little stinger was everywhere.
Little stinger was everywhere, man. But
oh boy.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, this next segment, Jay, set this up, man. There was some shit that went down here on the next side. This was the first, the big, I mean, nobody saw this come. I mean, Bill kind of saw this come, but not really at the same time. You know, it was kind of half and half. But go ahead, set this whole thing up, Jay, the whole next segment all together.
So we got the Good Brothers and Chris Sabin.
Yes.
Talking about, you know, what happened at the main event. And little did we know we were going to get a new tag team partner for Chris Sabin. So that right there was a mind blower. The fact that James Storm comes out. I was not expecting James Storm out at all. Of course, you know, we weren't expecting Shelley. We know he's home because he had to be at home, you know.
Yep.
For what, you know, whatever reasons. And so I was really excited about this. I was like, "Oh man, James Storm is back! Sweet."
Yeah.
What happens next blew our minds, especially my mind. I was freaking out at this. Big money Matt
Insane.
Hardy, the person that called our Bill Sweet Pea on the Twitter box today, comes out with his protege's private party.
Insane.
Unbelievable. In the Impact Zone. The invasion is here.
Let's just think about that for a second. Matt Hardy walked back into Impact today like crazy out of nowhere. Like, what in the world?
Like a boss.
I mean, so I didn't know. I don't really get to watch. I don't really get to watch AEW much, but it's crazy to think. Like, so he left Impact when 2017. Bill, would you know offhand?
That's
2016, I believe.
16.
Yeah, 16.
No, it was during the Anthem era because that was the whole issue. Remember?
Okay.
That was all
had to
very
be 2017.
27. Okay. So yeah, that's right, because the owl thing and all that came up. That's right. Yeah. Got it. Okay. So he's been gone for a couple of years, and Matt Hardy just walks in to the Impact Zone managing private party. Like, I didn't know he's a manager now. Does he still work? Does he still wrestle now? Is he still doing that?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he got banged up a little recently. You know, he had some mishaps in the ring with one Sammy Guevara. won't focus on that. But yeah, he's he's taking a little time off for himself, but he's back in the ring. But he's been like a mentor manager, you could say, for this private party team for the last several months now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Yeah. So Sabin's there doing that. Storm comes back. These guys come. I mean, private party comes in. I mean, just nuts. Just like totally nuts. Like this whole thing, it's like you never would expect. I mean, we shouldn't say we wouldn't expect it, but bam, you don't expect it. You don't see it coming. I don't know. Alicia, were you a fan of Matt Hardy? Are you a Matt Hardy fan? Hardy boy?
Yeah, Matt Hardy's awesome.
I mean, you gotta love it, right? Like, especially in Impact, right? Like his contribution to Impact is unquestionable. Like the whole deletion.
Yeah, he didn't save it from being bankrupt, but it was very, very good.
For those who missed it, we talked about how Bill got into it with Matt Hardy on Twitter today, but it's very interesting. So he comes out, right? And he says that his team should get a top tag team titles. And they come up with an idea that he does mention his whole thing about how he saved the company, right? He does mention that.
Yeah, it was pretty much word for word his conversation that he had with Bill. So if you what a little we got a little preview of it. We didn't know it, but that was the truth is the truth, and that was the big thing that he put out there on the old Twitter box with Bill, and we got a replay of it on this episode. The truth is the truth. Crazy.
So they set up the main event to be a number one contender match. Private Party will face Storm and Sabin, beer guns, in the main event tonight. So right off the bat, that's crazy. You have an AEW tag team, who's their young team, right? I don't know much about them. Anybody got any background on these guys, or were they?
Yeah, well, and Stryker even puts it over. They came up like in the kind of the House of Glory training. Then they did a bunch of stuff in the Northeast. They worked some CZW. They worked a bunch of indies around here for sure. Mainly New York. They're very heavy New York based, but they made the rounds. So, and very talented, very athletic guys.
Yeah.
Fits into the yeah.
Is this like a party guy gimmick? Like
this is where like the guy would have like they would go through and like you have to let him through. Like is he on the list? And they'd open it up. That was their initial gimmick.
Now I think Stryker mentions that they were trained by
Amazing Red.
Amazing Red. So they're House of Glory guys.
Yeah, House of Glory guys. Yeah. Yep. Hog. They're Hogs.
The Hogs. Does Master P still own House of Glory? That's still a thing?
That was the last I heard. They haven't run any shows because they're not going to go outside of New York. So.
Yeah, for now. Okay. Interesting. So that's interesting. Okay, cool. So Matt Stryker does mention that. So they've only been around for like 6-7 years. So not too long either. They're really young. So think about that. 6-7 years. They've already now crossed over into Impact. They're getting that endorsement to be the guys. The first ones really to start showing up and having matches in their ring.
Yeah.
With Matt Hardy. Like that's insanity. Like this whole thing is just like wacky to me. Like it took me a while to register like Matt Hardy is on Impact Wrestling. I'm like, what the hell is happening right now?
Yeah, that's big stuff. I mean, and Matt is a smart enough person to realize that this company is a completely different company and their way of thinking from when he worked there. It was a much different mindset. He had his problems, but the company became much more willing to work with their people and their freedoms to, put themselves over and just every big picture wise,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And it's, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when, Matt broke the news to his lovely wife, Rebby Sky, about stepping back into the Impact Zone. I would have paid, I would have given a third of a kidney to have that conversation.
I think they smooth things over. At least Matt did when he was allowed to take the broken gimmick.
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
Because Nordholm gave him the gimmick. It's like, all right, fine. After a while, take the gimmick, fine. Because he usually puts Impact over until he became his heel. That's why when he did it, I'm like, Matt, come on, man. Come on.
Now Ronan saying something. Could this even lead to Daniels and Kazarian? I mean, that's a big one. That's a big one. For us, especially for Asylum Days fans. I mean, we're doing throwbacks, but we're seeing those guys at their early careers in Impact, right?
It's almost a perfect one because, and Jay can correct me if I'm wrong, from what I saw from the shows I went to and a couple I watched on TV, they're not really a focus right now down there. So they would seem to be they would get a nice rub here in Impact for being back there, as opposed there's so many tag teams down south.
Yeah,
many Impact former tag teams that are barely getting TV time, let alone those guys.
It would be interesting to see what all happens with this. I mean, they did get not to jump ahead too far, but them getting the win here was very interesting. AEW is doing some really important stuff here with certain people on their roster because they realize that tag teams like this are the future of this industry. So the fact that they handpicked these guys to come over and do this with Matt, knowing that Impact fans would at least recognize Matt, that's saying some big things about Private Party right there, honestly.
It is. It definitely is. I mean, they're main event in the show tonight. That's huge. That's super huge.
That's nothing to sneeze at. That's
nice. We go from that to another backstage segment real quick. It was Matt Cardona and Gia Miller just talking about his debut and everything, and his match that ended up with a DQ against Ace at Hard to Kill. What's everybody's thoughts on Matt Cardona, former Zack Ryder? What's in the chat? I want you guys to give me your opinion too. What do we think of Matt Cardona? Are we happy he's here? We talked about his T-shirt right away. Got a T-shirt early, merch right off the bat, first day on the job.
Yeah.
So is this a good? Is it a good long-term thing? You guys see it being a long-term thing? Let me start. Alicia, kick it off. What do you think? I never watched too much of him, so I don't know. I'm going to you guys for this one.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like this is a good move for him to come to Impact because it seems to be a platform that would cater to what his persona to me seems. I haven't, obviously, because I fell out with WWE, so I'm not too familiar with what his current anything is, but he was fun when he started winning the favor of the fans back in the day, so I say bring it. Long term it.
All right, cool. That's one for long term. What do you think, bro?
JD,
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
I'll wrap up the thoughts. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I like. Well, Bill, we got the new flow here. Jay raps it, then he takes the next segment. That's how we're doing.
I thought he just had an opinion so hot he had to get it out.
I'm trying to be a professional broadcast here, where we pitch back and forth. Jay and I talk. We've been talking off air about like how we're gonna do this and tag in and out, hold the tag rope, slap in and out, tag in and out, kind of thing.
Which let's just say, Stryker gave us a whole thesis on the tag rope.
The tag rope was there. We have tag ropes in Impact there. They're there.
Well, they've always been there, but he made sure to tell us exactly how far apart you should be. It was
interesting, isn't it?
That's what you people wanted. You got it now.
God bless you, Matt Stryker. I tell you on that commentary desk, my friend. What an awesome thing. All right, but go on.
But I'm definitely. I think it was a good move. I put it out there on social media as well about Cardona. I think. Once again, I said it during Slammiversary when we were talking about people that could come aboard, and I thought him social media following huge.
Is he have a huge following? Is he a big following?
My guess is if he signed, he might be number one in the company.
More than Tenille, huh? Because Tenille's the top one, right?
Well, Instagram, on Twitter, he's very huge.
Really? Okay.
But he's huge, and just like I know Basil said, like he had that friend that like and him that were like just huge fans of his. He had that following throughout his long run up north, and yet he would get the push, and then it would go away, and like everyone would be happy, like they'd be like, "Yeah, finally, yeah, you did it," and then it would go away. Like it was like it was a strange thing, but that's just kind of how up there works. You fall in and out of favor. But I think a place like him, like you just look at him, he looks like he looks normal size with everybody. In Impact, he looks huge. He looks like a monster.
He's a big dude. I noticed that today. He's a tall guy, man.
He's a big guy. But he can talk. He's got the look. Obviously, he's got the social media following. That seems to be all the boxes to be checked, like a 5-tool player. So to me, it seems like a no-brainer. And then you got Brian Myers, and they've worked with Swoggle, so you have that whole podcast that they've been promoting since Myers joined the company. So I think this is all just different avenues that I'd definitely be in favor of extending that relationship.
Yeah, listen, I think it's it looks good so far, man. It looks good so far, and like I said, he's also the fiance of Chelsea Green, former Knockouts champion, right?
Yes.
Correct.
So there's a little.
I remember being in the old Orlando when she got a little testy with a fan that was woo-wooing at her.
Oh, really? What were you going to say, Alicia? Alicia wants to say something too.
I was going to say she was live tweeting Hard to Kill.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Good for her. That's awesome. That's very cool. You know, I got to say, she's always been really good about it too. She will talk her knockouts history even now. I've seen her bring it up. She jumped in on that whole thread about the knockouts that went around. When like all the old knockouts were talking about like the women's division Impact and all that, and she jumped in. She's like, "I'm proud to be a knockout." Like something that's one of my highlights of my career is to have been a champion. So like she's always put the company over. On her way out, she just, I mean, she didn't go on bad terms. She went on. Oh wait, okay, yeah. I take it back a little bit. A little bit.
She was the champ and never really dropped the belt.
Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna say, but she, whatever happened seemed to have smoothened out because she's always talked highly.
No, I think she loved her time there. Every time I saw her there, like she was one of the crew. Like she was with the Knockouts locker room. Like they were tight. Yeah. But then it's just like it seemed like it was one of those things, and I don't know if it was because like you have to leave and you have to leave now type deals. Like maybe it was the contract. I don't know, but yeah, sadly it wasn't a clean as enough ending that you wanted.
It wasn't.
You might even
right.
say about the current Ethan Page stuff. Like maybe that wasn't as clean as you wanted it to be.
That was dirty. We talked about it on Sunday show, guys. The Ethan Page in detail. So I don't want to get back into it here, but you know that is what it is, unfortunately. But hers a little cleaner than Ethan Page's, I guess. But yeah, Jay, what do you want to close up on this on Cardona? Just thoughts on him. Does he fit right in? Do we keep him long term? What do you think? If you were in charge here, what do you think?
I would. And to be honest, I was excited when he showed up in AEW. I'm not going to lie, because I'm a big fan of that brand too. And I was really surprised when he was brought in and he only worked literally a handful of dates, 5-6 dates, matches, appearances, whatever. And then it was reported that he was done. And I was shocked. So that really made me wonder, like, okay, well, if he's not spending much time there, is he even coming to Impact Wrestling?
Right.
But they always put over the podcast when Brian Myers was out there and mentioned him by name. So that told me there was a good chance over the last several months that he was going to show up eventually. Was not expecting him at the pay-per-view at all. I mean, I literally went into that pay-per-view Hard to Kill with like, hey, I'm going by what's on the card. There's a couple things I'd like to see, but I'm not putting any money on it. And that was a pleasant surprise. And the fact that he turned around, looked at the camera at the end of his match and said, I'm here. He mouthed it. You couldn't hear it, but he mouthed, I'm here. Boom. Less than 24 hours later, that's on his brand new Impact Wrestling Shop Impact shirt. I'm here. That tells me that there's something possibly permanent coming. I'm crossing my fingers. I really feel like he'd be a good fit here. Someone that could get a fresh start, get some, a whole new audience on him and give him a chance to really shine, because God knows up north, he was really limited. I mean, he was a intercontinental champion and several time he was an edgehead. You can't knock that. But that ceiling really was only set pretty low for him, honestly. And he worked his ass off for his fan base, and so the man knows promotion. The guy's got action figures out there. And if anybody's going to help jump on that train to help get some more action figures for the Impact Wrestling roster, he's one of the guys to do it.
Jay, but I heard a rumor that in the reaction watch along, when he came out, you kind of lost your mind. You went a little crazy, and I think Bill had to calm you down with one of these.
That's not how you handle your business. Calm down. Don't do this.
I just want to make sure. Can you confirm or deny that you kind of went nuts and you were woo-wooing, you had to cut your mic and all that stuff? Like it was.
I might have let out a couple of woo-woos.
Nice.
Woo, 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 woo. Oh, sorry.
What do we got next there, Bill? Jay, what's the next? I do know we had a recap of the Knockouts tag team title victory in the tournament, but then after that we have a great segment.
Yeah, we got the fire and the flavor. And they're setting up this whole like post pay-per-view party. You know, this,
That's awesome.
they're setting up tiers. They're trying to get people invited. They got Caleb with a K and Tennille there, trying to get them to buy some tickets. They're not really interested. Swinger shows up, which is interesting. Like he's all decked out in 80s. He's got the Don Johnson jacket on, which was just cracked me up. But
You guys swing?
Whose uncle is this? If the 80s don't come back and get their uncle for real.
I was waiting for that line. I
them.
was legit waiting for that line. We didn't get it, but yeah, they weren't too happy to see him. And then it kind of swerved over to another little segment. Brian Myers, who we were just talking about, comes out of an elevator like, oh, I came out on the wrong floor. Obviously, what the hell's going on here?
Back up a second, though. Back up. We had a little dispute over the money, though. Here at this point.
Oh yeah. Swingers like I don't have the money, but Tasha Steelz recognized the fanny pack.
Yep.
Like, hey, that looks familiar, and he's like, oh no, that's. And then Falaba shows up and gets in the mix of all this too.
Well, Bill, Fala basically says like, you stole the money from me. And he goes, hey, I recognize that because he called the fanny pack. He's like, that's Gucci fanny pack. You stole the money from me, so technically I paid for this whole thing, right? And he said something like that.
Yes, he did.
It's kind of like, wait, basically I paid this whole thing. You stole the money, but I was really waiting for Hernandez to come out here.
I thought Hernandez would be there, but he did not show up.
I thought he'd come on and be like, fuck all of you. I paid for this whole thing. So that didn't happen. But yeah, you're right. The Myers comes out and says, "No, this is I got off the wrong floor. This can't be with the one with the professional wrestlers on it, stuff like that." But then him and Ba get into a little bit, and perfect. You get Fala and Myers setting up basically a fight later on.
He goes tons of fun.
But it's interesting because I was talking to Mark, friend of our show, Uncle Mark. He was talking about how Myers and Ba need to be on the main show, and this is exactly what you got today: them versus each other. Like, it's awesome. It's all, and I'm glad because Fala has not been on a little bit. He's been a little quiet. And we love Fala here.
Back,
yeah, and we love Fala. Fala is definitely on the list of like on this like needs to be on our show next time. We have had a nice string of guests. Fala's got to be on this show. We got to call in that favor from the good Dr. Ross. Has to get us a follow by over here.
You got to give the boys some pizza first.
I know. So they were setting that up. But all right, Jay, what's next? We got a knockouts match next.
Oh, this match. Jazz and Jordynne Grace are back together again. Wasn't a one-time deal. I'm very happy about that. Versus Kimberly and the in-match debut of Susan.
Yeah. Can I just say I love the fact that Susan wrestles in the business suit? Like I pop for that.
That's great.
I love it, man. Like she's wrestling in the business suits is the best thing ever.
And the fact that her facial expressions from everything that's like this evolution of Su Yung to Susie and back and forth, and now Susan, it legit is like a completely different person. Her expressions, how she moves in the ring, it's really crazy. It's none of it feels duplicated at all. It's absolutely bonkers. I
have the runs.
I want to throw it to Alicia, get her thoughts on this.
I know, I really like it. I think Susie's so amazing, or Su Yung is so amazing. So for her to create yet another, I know. For her to create yet another character, an extension of her personality has just been so entertaining to see. And man, does she play it to a T. The ultimate form of Karen.
I love it. I love when you said that. Like when she debuted it and you were like, she is the ultimate form of Karen. Like, that's the best way to describe this. I love that.
It's to speak to your manager.
It's great. If you guys in the chat, if you guys missed the Susan like World Star whatever video you want to call it, like from Hard to Kill, where she wants to talk to the manager and she's recording.
Gotta talk to the senior official.
The senior
Daniel
official. When she was like, I'm gonna talk to the senior official. She's like, no, you can't kick me out. I'm not leaving. Like, it was such a Karen thing. I'm like, it got posted in real time to her Twitter account, which is one of the best parts of the whole thing. But I absolutely love it. Can I just say, like, I truly feel like Susan Susie is like the most versatile knockout I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Like, she is so good. Like, they are three very distinct characters, right? Like, there's no mistaking one for the other. It's like, and this is the same person, which is crazy to me. She's so good. She wrestled in the business. She did a great job still wrestling in like the business suit. Took a lot of crazy bumps. Like, she got her ass.
I talk about those shoes.
The shoes,
yeah.
Asics, like, it was cool, like wrestling ace, like the collegiate wrestling shoes. They were cool. I mean, yeah, listen, she got the suit on, but she's got, proper footwear on, though. She got the sport, the athletic shoes on, but she's great. This was a real fun match. I liked it a lot. Anything stick out to either one of you, Bill, Alicia? Anything like just a note on this one here?
No, I think that they're hitting it in the chat. Not only is Susan this totally new character, she wrestles differently as all these different characters.
That's fantastic.
Totally different movesets. People were saying in the watch along she throws the punches differently.
And she is way more aggressive.
I'll tell you, like, especially, we'll get into the Taya stuff later, but if it's what we think it is, that Sue can do all this, it's like, just what depth to this roster that, like, we go back to the Kylie thing at Bound for Glory, and Sue just gets thrown in the match, and it's a match of the year candidate.
Yeah,
she can do anything. The skill of Sue Young, beyond underrated. Like, they should have a press release tomorrow that Susan's been signed to a multi-year deal to go along with Susie and Sue Young.
I'm so happy that she is there. Like, when she signed, like about a year or so ago, when she signed back on and everything. Like, I mean, honestly, man, like, there's been no one with that kind of depth. Like, you guys put a great thing out here too. She wrestles differently, like each character. That's mind-boggling to me. I'm like, so good, man. So good at what she does. So
the game,
absolutely. And I encourage everybody, follow her. Real Sue Young on Twitter. Support her. She's got cool merch coming out too.
Different.
She does tweet different too. That's the best part too. She tweets differently. Like, every tweet now ends with "Trust me, I'm Susan." Like, I love
she
that.
is a method actor wrestler.
A
method wrestler.
And Ingrid might know this. Did she? And I never asked her this. Next time I see her, I'm definitely going to ask her this. Did she ever do any acting? Was she like a theater kid, or anything like that? Because she has. You're right. She has method acting style to her, where she just immerses into that character fully. So I'd be curious. I'd be real curious. Jay, you want to any thoughts to close this one out? This was talking about Sue and Susan, I should say.
Oh, it was a great match. Very physical for it's just great to see Jazz back. I really hope because of the tag division is, well, I guess for lack of better words, we'll say official. The titles are here, so we have knockouts champions, tag champions, excuse me. I hope she sticks around, and I'm really glad to see that she was in a match with Jordynne Grace after the taping. So
yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I love it. And yeah, Jazz looks fantastic too. New gear, right?
Jazz and Jordynne. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jazz had new gear on tonight though, right?
She did.
She did. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And she's
similar to her old stuff, but different color and different accents. So yeah.
Gotcha.
In fact, she kind of, now that I think about it, she actually matched Jordynne as far as colors.
Yeah, the Jazz in the back, same color as
the purple. The purple, I think, was the same color or something darn close to what Jordynne Grace had.
I'm looking at it right now. You're right. Yeah, it looks really, really close, if not exactly the same.
So if anything, that's a sign that they're gonna keep Jazz around for a while in a tag team. I'm sure she'll have some singles here and there, depending on the feud.
Could make for some interesting matchups. I know we didn't say it in news, and we don't like to get in spoilers, but it's very public. I know Chris Van Vliet threw it out there that we'll probably be having a return soon of one of our favorites. And I think she even put out that she'd like to do something with Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, actually,
ODB. Yeah, I talked about that last night on my show. Yeah.
Yeah, you broke it on your show already. We haven't talked about it on ours yet.
Yeah, it went public. I mean, that wasn't much of a spoiler because they really put it out there. Like that one, there was no secret on it, so that one got put out there. But ODB, you got veterans, man. I mean, ODB coming back, Jazz in there now. I mean, it's a nice balance of veterans in that locker room coming up, man. That's super cool. That is super cool to have all of them there. Dude, can you guys imagine? Alicia, you probably love this. Jazz and ODB having a match. That'd be super dope if having that match. I'd be down for that. But
I'm excited for ODB's meat truck when the fans get back. Hopefully she's out there serving up.
Well, she says next taping she's bringing her meat truck.
Oh,
that makes me hopeful. Makes me hopeful.
That is, man. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Who knows? Who knows, Bill? Like keep the hope. Hey, you've had it, right? You've ate it. Right?
When I went down south, I had the double D cup. It was good.
Double D cup.
Well, you can get. I think it's either an A, a B, a C, or a double D.
What is it?
Double D.
Well, it's like pulled pork, beans, coleslaw.
That's awesome.
Something else or two in her like that sauce, that whiskey,
barbecue sauce.
Spice, yeah, with a spice. So it's a spice. Oh, so nice.
Nice. That's cool, man. I met her once. I bought the sauce from an indie show near your house, Jaybone, at the in Waukesha at the Blizzard Brawl when she was up there a few years ago. I did buy the barbecue sauce from her, and it's in the shape of a flask. The bottle of the sauce, which I love.
Sauce.
Yeah, it's awesome. It was super cool.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't know exactly when and how ODB is going to come back, but man, I can't wait to see how that happens. I mean, this is just this episode coming out of the pay-per-view was insanely entertaining. So if we're getting a few more throwbacks, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no doubt, man. This one ends when Deonna knocks Jazz in the back of the head with the belt, and Susan gets the pin.
Yeah,
this is Susan's official first victory here.
The roll up,
nice little roll up pin for Susan. So good for her.
Deonna Purrazzo helped a little
bit. What? So go ahead, talk about something next. The next one is the big one. This is one that Mark is still recovering from now. This was a backstage segment. So I think we all thought of Mark here. He's in here tonight, too. He's in the chat. So Mark, we're going to talk about the segment that broke your heart today, Mark. So go ahead, set it up, Jaybone. Discuss this one.
All right. So Ty is in the back, and Bravo and Dreamer and security approach her. And it just starts unraveling from there. They accuse Taya of being... See, now that first segment that you were talking about, I must have missed it. I don't know how I missed it, but I must have missed it. That's why I was like, wait, what? Because I thought you were talking about this. But so Bravo and Dreamer let Taya know that she's busted.
They got her.
They got her. That she was the one with the ring rust. She sprayed it on Larry. So this is all because of her. And then she breaks down in a very heelish, cackling laugh. And
it was so like just such like evil. Like, yeah, it was me, you know. And like, but the kill shot. The kill shot of the whole thing was her saying, "My only regret is that you didn't die." Bravo.
Yeah, that was pretty low. I was like,
probably trying to convince Scott to pull the plug.
I was like, holy shit, man! Like she went all in. It's like that was my biggest regret is that you didn't die.
I feel Johnny Bravo should somehow maybe come back on the show again and give us his reaction to all this.
He looked very taken back by the whole thing. Like he looked very shocked.
For reals.
Like really shocked.
He tossed Mr. Mundo back at her.
He threw the dog.
He did.
I popped for that. I laughed my ass off. I was like, "Oh my god, he threw the dog!"
I mean, she admitted to framing Larry. She did it. Security comes in. Your buddy, one of the security guards was Mims, I think.
Mimsy much better than Palmer.
Mimsy much better. Palmer and Bill is a feud of 2021 already, but they take her away. Dreamer, AC, and Bravo trying to figure out where she's gonna go next, and then the metaphors start, right? Like what do they say here? They go, God, I mean, he's like, where can she be going? Well, she could either end up in a Jacksonville prison or Stanford maximum security, facility,
or somewhere in Baltimore.
See, I was going to send her to Baltimore for. I don't think she'll go to Baltimore.
Well, the funny part was no. He says she could end up in a maximum security facility in Stanford. In terms like I heard that place really has a way of changing people, not for the good. And then he's like,
we could do a stint of 2 years with an option.
2 years with an option of the third. I was like, this is money. But the best part is like Acey's like, God, I just hope she doesn't end up in Baltimore. And I was like, Jesus, Ring of Honor, right? So they basically, they reference all of them, and I was like, I love like the collective like agreement on the Ring of Honor one, which was like an interesting little shots fired at Ring of Honor. I was like, oh, but they were just like, oh God, yeah, not anything but Baltimore. Like, but I was like, fuck. But
maybe, but hey, you never know. But it is funny nonetheless.
It is pretty. It was entertaining. All playful, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they drag her away. She gets to the door. Rosemary stops. So she goes, I can't believe it was you. Why'd you do this? And she's like, no, I just because he was worthless. And she gave her reasons. And then they hug it out, and Taya is taken out. That's it. Like Taya's dragged away to jail. And I gotta say though, if that's it, it's brilliant. Like I think it's right. Like it's a great finale to like the whole thing. Like
for the Wrestle House angle and stuff, it is
everything.
fitting.
It's just well done. Like what else? Could they have done anything else, Alicia? Like,
I was gonna say though, it kind of leaves the door open. So hypothetically, if she is going somewhere else, she could come back as like just released out of prison kind of thing.
Right.
Hannibal Lecter
have
style.
like a gritty like prison style gimmick or something. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much you can still do. With this. Like if it ever works out that she comes back or she wants to roll back in, absolutely. Like it just works. Like the whole thing's left on a very perfect level, and you're just good. Like I love Taya. We all love Taya.
Yeah.
We love that for her not to leave, but if she goes, it's just not done in a bad way. Like we're fine with, we're like okay with her going out this way.
I wore my shirt yesterday.
Yeah. More than we could say for other people this past weekend, I mean, it's somewhat of a shot fired, I guess. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Are you saying that?
She left nice. Okay, so we can go with that. But no, listen, we love Taya Valkyrie. If this is it, much love to the longest reigning Knockouts champion of all time, and we love Taya Valkyrie here. I mean, no doubt.
From her days in Lucha Underground, doing crazy shit over there, to coming in with Johnny Mundo, her hubby at the time, into Impact Wrestling with a lot of other Lucha Underground folks making a statement in the Impact Zone. Man, her road has just been such a joy to watch, and her evolution, just amazing.
Yeah. Mark is completely in denial. We're not happy with him. I think he'll stay. He's like,
you never know.
And I don't know, man. I don't know.
For reals.
Hey, does that mean there's an exchange and like Larry comes back then? I mean, because
Larry, he's got to get let out, man. Work release.
I don't know. He's free. He's found innocent. I mean, that's it.
Well, we got to go back to Wrestler's Court to find that out.
You still got to
do
that.
How do we not get another Wrestler's Court out of this?
No, I mean, she admitted to it. She's done. She admitted I did it. Right. It was me the whole time. She literally says, my only regret is that you didn't die. Yeah. I guess Larry's an accomplice. I mean, he could still get a involuntary.
Yeah.
You can only blame the ring rust for so much.
That's true. Involuntary attempted manslaughter. It's like a level. It's a class like D felony here. He's back in the ring in 2 weeks. We're good. Larry D's coming back.
D.
It's sad though. I legit cried when the Taya and Rosemary said their goodbye kind of thing. Cause
it was like,
this is final, man. Oh, heartbreaking. We're gonna miss her.
I'm not gonna lie. I had a lump in my throat. I was like, "Oh shit, where's my Kleenex?"
I was a mess for the rest. I couldn't even focus on the rest. You're gonna have to walk me through this because I couldn't focus on the rest.
Oh
of the show.
man,
I was just like choked up. Like it was getting to me hard.
Man,
it was the vapors. The vapors.
It's the vapors. There's so many in my eyes.
Who's cutting onions in this room right now?
Damn onions.
Nice. Now the next segment was very interesting. A little backstage deal. This was interesting, Jaybone. This is your boys now. Well, these are your people now, down south people now. What do you got? We got a little video, a bought time video here. Talk about it.
Oh yeah, easy, Bill, easy. The introduction of it was hilarious. It was from what do they call that? The production in AEW
Atlanta. They said.
Yeah.
Was he taking the WCW? Did he forget where he was?
Yeah, apparently, which was even more funny. So yeah, the Control Zone in Atlanta. Yeah,
Control Zone.
Yeah, one night and then I quit the business for 18 years.
He should probably do that again.
He shows up in the front row. Yeah.
So Bill's gonna take him out.
Those just knock him out. But go ahead, Jay-Boy.
But he introduces his boss, TK, and but he's TK is not alone this time. I actually popped for one. Jerry Lynn. We talk about him all the time on the throwbacks.
Jerry Lynn, first time on Impact Wrestling, and Bill, what would it be? I mean, he left before the Hogan era, right?
No, he came back.
No, he came back. You're right,
because he was at Bound for Glory against Rob Van Dam.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. The Bound for Glory in Philly. That's right. Yeah, that was.
I dare say maybe the match of the night at the.
I think it sold the show that night. 2011. I want to say 2011. So yeah, he was there 2011.
10 years ago. Yeah.
About 10-ish years ago. He probably left a year after that, tops. I know he did some agenting for a bit, and then he was gone. He did the X Division for a while, and then he's been gone because he did the retirement tour after that. He did Ring of Honor, then did a retirement tour. He came through here. He did AEW.
He did his Baltimore loop.
And then he retired for a couple years before going with AEW now as a trainer. So that's. I mean, look, he's a friend of mine. I'm a big fan of his. And Basil kayfabed me that he was there. Well, I'm still going to get him for that one. But
he was agenting only a couple years ago.
Nice. That's very cool. Very cool. I love Jerry Lynn, but he's with the enemy now. Right now, he's with the enemy. And that's the interesting part. But go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, they had the AEW on the shirt. And, of course, TK had the Jaguars, the logo on there.
Saw that.
Worst team in the league.
Jerry Lynn, former X Division champion. The guy who basically, in my opinion, is the guy who he's the founder. He's the grandfather of the X Division you see today. I know AJ is the first champion, but Jerry Lynn is. We're doing throwbacks every Thursday. We're watching the Asylum from day one.
He's a day oneer, yeah.
He's the guy.
Maybe there's a reason we've been seeing Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles against Brucey in that freaking Twitch flashback.
They've been planting the seed. They've been planting the damn seed for us in Twitch the whole time. Son of a bitch.
There, sure enough.
Payoff. Had to wait for it. Patience.
But talk about it, Jay. What things of highlight of note did they talk about here?
Well, they talk about what's coming up tomorrow, and I'm sure there's going to be a little fallout on the AEW end from Kenny Omega is going to talk about his big victory, maybe. Maybe with the Good Brothers. We'll have to wait and see if they join them down there. But then all of a sudden they're talking about maybe possibly showing up at ringside because Big Money Matt is there with the Private Party. They're going to keep a close eye in there, literally at ringside, and all of a sudden they slowly pan back. Sure as shit, they're on the Impact Wrestling set. It's like, who let them in the door?
That was pretty nuts. Like when they panned it out and they're just to the right of the interview set. I'm like, oh shit. Like they're actually there. Like this is kind of crazy.
They're just strolling through like a couple of Muppets. I was like,
can we just say though, it was good that little Tony got his allowance from his dad, those last two Benjamins, to pay for 2 weeks of commercials, he said.
Hey, he throws up a couple $100 and says he's gonna do this and I'm gonna buy some more time and this and that. And
I'll tune in. I'll check it out.
All that. He was doing the muscle flex thing, Bill, like you like.
Oh, he was doing it big tonight.
The bicep flex. He was push-ups here. A lot of that going on.
And could he get a more ill-fitting polo shirt? You own the team, brother. Why don't you get something where like it doesn't go to like that part of your arm?
Man,
is he trying to show off the guns?
Bill's taking some shots here at Tony Khan. There's a lot of shots going on here. A lot of that. The war is on.
Does a pretty good occur.
The war, he does. The war is on here. The war is on. Bill has drawn his line in the sand. He is on Team Impact, and he's not happy.
Never not on Team Impact.
That's true. He's not happy with Tony Khan taking these cheap shots. It's the cheap shots.
I don't like cheap shots. That's why Matt Hardy got some today, because he was taking a cheap shot.
You know, Bill, he might, if you keep taking these cheap shots, he's buying time. He might.
I could file an injunction.
Like he could get you barred for ringside. Bill, what happens then? He said, "Bring it." He's saying, "Bring it." Bill's got stock. Bill, I'm convinced Bill owns at least 1% of stock in Impact Wrestling at this point, just for merchant seats alone.
I will take my 1%.
It's going to take that platinum pass and shove it up.
That's right. Platinum pass. I'm ready.
You can take this microphone and shove it up your ass.
Can we recreate that with Bill and Tony Khan? Just Bill doing the Don West, Tony Khan making the face, and then the war is on. Official war is on after that.
We might have to make that happen.
But very interesting to see Jerry Lynn. This was not expected. I don't think anybody saw this one coming. So Jerry's there. He is a stooge for Tony Khan. It's totally stooging for him.
Yeah, we find that out big time later, especially when they plant those little seats right behind the guardrail.
Jay, would you know where to find one of those?
Is there was an AW podcast somewhere out there for someone to start a feud with? There you go. Jaybone does one, for God's sake. Where have you guys been? Where have you been this whole time? That's what we talk about. He plugs it every show. But
I'm plugging it.
But so interesting. Now the next segment was the Moose and Swan Santa. We kind of jumped the guy
In my ass.
I talked about Moose and Swan's like backstage segment from Hard to Kill, but this was the actual face off. And so they actually had the in-ring face off here.
Yes.
Where they talked about what's going to go on, what's happening coming up for their eventual match. But they still didn't give no date for this match though. There's no date given, right? We still don't know when this match is taking place. Now, what are we thinking though? What's the speculation? What do we think here, guys? Is it happening soon or are they stretching it?
Oh no, this is happening quick. The fact that they had a face off and it got physical, I think Swan and Moose are going to get their match at the next monthly Impact Plus stream. That's my guess. I don't think they're going to drag this out to Rebellion, because I mean this is going to all happen on Moose's terms, like he said in the ring right before he got his ass kicked. But which was good to see. It wasn't all just Moose with the upper hand. That was good to see Swan get some upper hand here.
Well, Swan basically said, "We can fight right now. I'll put it out now." Moose like, "No, I'll do it on my own time. No, we'll do it when I want to do it." So he said, "Not tonight," and then they brawl. So it's on. Like this is it. The build starts. The build has officially it's underway. I mean, it's been teasing. Now it's kickstarted off. Like now we're waiting for the date. When this is actually going to happen, and then we'll go from there, man. So I'm excited. I think they built it properly.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think it's ready to go. Rich is ready. So,
oh yeah.
But yeah, you're thinking next month, Jay, like the next Impact Plus special.
I'm thinking this is going to happen quick. I mean, I thought for a while we were going to get this as the main event of this Fallout show.
What about you guys in the chat? When do you see this happen? Or actually, when would you like to see it happen? If you could, ideally fit this into everything going on right now, when would you like to see it happen? When would you want, or how, and would you want it to set up Moose for Omega? Like where do you guys see us coming? So I'd like to just get everybody's opinion on this one too. So throw that in there. But Alicia, any thoughts on this? Would you want to stretch it? You want to keep it where it is?
I'd like to stretch it. I feel like at this point, Moose's storyline seems to be a very slow burn, and so why not keep the pattern going? In this instance, I'll let it slide.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, mixed reaction too in the chat. Some people are saying save a Rebellion, do an Impact Plus, stretch it out. We'll see. Booker Bill, what's on the bat phone though? Are you
Rebellion?
Rebellion. That little sigh out made me realize that he was waiting to get this one out there. He was
Rebellion, 3-way match.
Oh shit.
Kenny Omega. Title on the line, Kenny Omega. AEW title on the line.
Whoa.
Rich Swann. Impact title on the line. And Moose.
Oh.
So
Moose, Pin, Swan. Kenny can leave with his title, and Moose world champion.
A 3-way with both belts defended.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe they put the both because he would have to put the belts, but he doesn't lose it, so he would get the belt. So, but then he'd have to drop the belt. That's the only trouble with it. So
true. If he leaves, though, I mean, well, Kenny can leave. Like I said, it protects Kenny, and then him and Don can,
Cocktail hour, brother.
They can go ahead there.
They have to make it just for the Impact World title for it to work.
Yeah. I mean, because Kenny could probably take that stance of like, I'm not putting my belt on the line.
I'm not putting. You have to put your belt on the line.
Yeah, put yours.
Maybe
on
if
line.
I win it, then you can come back in mine or something. If I don't win, So
Rebellion's in April, right? We got time. What was the date?
Yeah, you got to put TNA title on the line too.
Put that on the line too. Cross the line. Put that on too.
Well, when Moose got in the ring, he laid his belt down.
It'd be a unification. It'd be a full-on unification deal. Is what you'd have to say, right? Even though the whole unification still doesn't make total sense because the Impact title that Rich holds is grown out of the TNA title. So it's like it's not like you're unifying two different lineages into one. It's like it's literally the same title history.
And if you're doing a unification, Kenny can't be there.
Right. So then he
can be there, but he can't be in the match.
Right.
They might have Kenny into something else at that point, though. I mean, he might be involved in a whole other deal with somebody else. So you never know. Sammy's there. Sammy and Eddie are done. Maybe Sammy jumps into that feud now. Who knows? There's a lot of places it can go into. So there's time. What was the official date on Rebellion again? Do we have that?
It's the
April
day
24th.
It's the day before my birthday.
Is it? Okay. 24th then, Jay? That's Jaybone's subtle way of letting us know his birthday is on the 25th of April. Thank you very much. Get your Jaybone. You need one of those like a wish list. You need to get that wish list up.
The Amazon.
You gotta get that Amazon deal. I talked to our buddy Vince Russo, and he told me I go, he's got listeners sending him gifts all day long. I go, how do you do this? How do you work this angle? You're getting shit constantly sent over to you. He's like, just got that wish list link, brother. Cocktail hour. That's it. Put that up there, and people just send him a bunch of shit. I'm like, Jaybone, you need to get that. You need to get that wish list up. Get that going for your birthday.
I'll be working on that ASAP.
Oh, very nice. Okay, all right. Little too much information for me, but that's okay.
Sorry, double soundbite. But I went with the
Kalon made it on the show.
Kalon did make it on the show. Look, that's the only time we get to see the kid. Let's look at him again.
Oh, very nice. Okay, all right. Little too much information for me, but that's okay.
Hey, kid, about a year ago. Look how young he looked a year ago, huh? Kalon.
I miss him. I hear he's working on a really good comeback.
He's got a really interesting thing cooking, guys. I'm put that out. There's your nugget for today.
Should we see if he's free later?
No. No, but
I mean, like after the review,
no,
after
when it's very dark outside.
I had a thought about that. I wanted to say, we'll talk about that towards the wrap. I have a thought about what we're talking about here.
Okay,
what we're implying. We'll do it towards the wrap.
Long tease.
Yeah, a little bit of a long tease. I got a thought about this.
Okay.
But go. What's the next one, Jay? What's the next segment we got here? We got a little backstage segment.
All right, let's see. Look at my notes. Okay, so yeah, the Swan Moose brawl. Then we got Scott D'Amore in his office looking absolutely pleased as punch. And Rohit walks in. And right behind him, TJP with the X Division Championship. And Rohit's just losing his mind. Like, hello. It's TJP with the X Division Championship. Wasn't this supposed to be a thing that couldn't happen?
Basically, he plays with the conspiracy, right? Like, you guys screwed me. He's like, oh, what was the reasoning he gave here? Scott gave some reasoning as to why, like, they didn't technically lie to him. What was that? What was the exact wording he used? Bill, do you remember this?
Well, his reasoning was kind of backwards. His reasoning. It's like we all knew it was him all along. So, like you said it was him all along. We knew it was him all along. So why are you complaining about it?
Right.
Like,
it was really loose. It was really loose here.
The meeting was a little loose.
But it was
as Terrence said, he did him dirty.
He definitely did him dirty. But so yeah, he informs him that he's allowed to have it now that Raju was in. I mean, it was like backwards. He's kind of like said, no, he can have it. It's fine. No big deal. We knew it the whole time. Blah blah blah. Bro, he's all pissed off. Challenges Manic TJP to a match, and then walks out. He's like, finally, god damn it, great. I finally get a rematch with this. But then he leaves, and D'Amore's like, or TJ's like, should we tell him it's or D'Amore's like, should we tell him it's a non-title match? And he's like, I think he'll find out. So that was it. It was just something like just screwing Rohit even more and more.
Poor Rohit. He finally gets his chance, and it's not even a chance.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
But hey, if Rohit does beat him in 2 weeks, then TJP's got to put it on the line again.
You never know. This is a feud that's going to keep going. So next segment, Joe.
Feud that never ends. It goes on and on. My phone. Oh, sorry.
Please never sing again, Jay. Thank you very much.
This is a bunch of crap. This just sucks.
Wow. Again, I thought I'd get the "this is horrible," not "this is crap." Wow.
What's the next segment we got here?
All right, so then we got the fire and the flavor with Alicia Edwards, and Alicia Edwards. She's trying to get into this party. It sounds like she's trying to get a freebie out of this. But like, hey, I could do something with you guys. It's like she's trying to fit in, and then girl Brandon Toll shows up, and they're just buttering him all up, trying to get him to buy one of the packages. And then all of a sudden he takes off, and coming up from behind, Kiera and Tasha are their opponents from Hard to Kill, Nevaeh and Havoc.
Yes, that, and basically they were so then they were trying to buy tickets, right? It was Alicia. They were like, okay, we'll take the gold ticket, and they're like, sold out.
The top ticket,
platinum, right? So then everything was sold out, right? Wasn't that what it was?
Oh yeah.
All of them bronze,
Tasha
copper.
and Kiera are trying to dodge out of a face-to-face.
And then they basically went down list like copper. They went down like it was like bronze, platinum, gold, silver, bronze, and then they said something like, "What was the only one left?" Bill, do you recall? What was the only one left that they said? I think it was copper. I think it was probably the copper.
I think
one.
copper was the lowest one that they did.
Yeah,
and then they said, "No, you can watch it on your TV at home."
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then I got all excited. I was like, "Oh, Bill, we must have won copper."
But yeah, it was like they're just dodging them. Not so you're getting a nice setup here. That this is your rematch coming up at some point, which I like. I'm like, cool. We were all so torn on who we wanted to win this match to take the belts, but it's great that now they're still in the mix. They get the rematch, and down the line you might see Killer Death Machines take these belts at some point. So I'm all for it. I like where that they didn't just end this feud. Like we're still going here. We're still going with this whole thing.
They might be the most likely team to show up down south.
Who's that?
They're throwing challenges to everybody.
They are.
Taya and the flavor.
Talk about this. What'd you see, Bill? Talk about this.
They put on there on the Twitter, just like we saw that Moose attack before the show today on the Impact Twitter. They also they called out the division down south. They said, and obviously that who won that tournament, who's technically their tag champs, is Eva Lee's and Diamante formerly of Impact.
Do they have tag team titles there?
They don't, and that's kind of what they were making fun of them for, is they don't really even have titles.
No, they basically got really big medals that they wear. Yeah, it's
so they were throwing shade all over them.
Yeah, like, oh, you guys don't have belts. You got the consolation prize. It's like,
oh, interesting. So there's a lot of shade being thrown, huh?
Yeah, so AEW might have come out with the women's tag tournament first, but they don't have official women's tag titles. They gave big medals to Diamante and Ivelisse, and
it took them like 3 months to make that TNT title. So
what'd you go, Alicia? Was an IOU title?
Yeah, is that like an IOU We don't get a tag belt yet, but you're definitely winners.
We're gonna give them.
Did call out
eventually,
that character by name.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is interesting, man. A lot of shots being fired all around here. Interesting.
Yeah, Tasha and Kiera have no fear.
Kira is taking shots at her own girlfriend too. Diamante, that's going on there too. Jesus.
Well, I do know. It's not a spoiler because she posted it. Diamante took a picture with them, which looks like Skyway Studios.
She was there. Maybe she's undercover. Spying for AEW.
Be.
They were all...
Can't trust anybody.
No, you can't. You definitely can't. But
we thought we could trust Jerry Lynn. We can.
Yeah, the nice guy, Jerry Lynn, you couldn't even trust. Jesus. All right, what's the next one, Jay? What's the next match here?
Man, it's crazy. They run into Nevaeh and Havoc, and it basically scares them off. But next, the match is Falaba versus the most professional Brian Myers.
Right. This was cool. I'm glad we got these guys. I love Fala. He was Bond all the way down to the ring. Good to see him back. He
really wasn't part of the pay-per-view.
No, he wasn't anywhere in the pay-per-view, right? No segments, nothing like that. I loved it. I love me some Falaba. I love seeing this. Myers getting a solid little push now, which is pretty cool. Anything to note on this one? I thought this was just a solid, good back and forth match. Myers
professional.
So go, Alicia. What did you say?
Pretty straight to the point.
Pretty straight to the point for sure. Myers does win. He gets that
clothesline, man.
Yeah, I mean he's going for that as that finisher though. That's the finisher now. That clothesline is pretty neat. But like he gets a bit of one on. But Bob put up a good fight. Fala is a very underrated wrestler.
Yeah.
Right, like he's a good. I mean, even Stryker was like, he's like, don't let size deceive you. This guy can move, and like don't ever judge the book by its cover. Like you think a big guy can't move. He's very agile in there. He's
with
hitting
the
rope
dives, bro.
So I'm saying like these cross bodies, he's coming off with leg drops. Like he's constant. He's not getting winded. He's going. So that's like Fala's a great wrestler. I really love Falaba, man.
Yeah,
and I just think like people don't. You think him as a big man, but he can work any style, as evidence. We see it all the time. I hope he doesn't get lost in the mix. I want Fala to stay around when the whole thing, as it's all building and going on. So let's not lose Fala in all this. But anything else to note on this, Bill? Anything you got? Anything on Fala? Myers? Where Myers goes from here? Thoughts?
Well, it's going to be interesting what we see from Myers, because obviously he got the win over Josh Alexander, and we can go over that because there is a backstage segment that sets up next week where we see Brian Myers going, and we see him with Dr. Ross shortly. But it's interesting. Obviously Myers, and obviously we saw Cardona here. No connection yet. Will they connect? To be seen. I feel they have to at some point, at least backstage, if not. So we'll see where it goes. But follow once again. Anybody that maybe is new or just watching now, and this is maybe like just seeing Follow for the first time, go back, Impact Plus, free for 30 days, $7.99 a month. Go find that match versus Austin Aries.
That's the crowning moment for him, I think.
And that shows you what Falaba can be.
Exactly.
And it's a little bit more serious now that is at the close. We believe there is a confirmation of Wrestle House 2. I don't know if that would be Falaba again. He can do the comedy, but when he's serious, he's a different guy when he's serious.
100%.
And he can main event a show when he's serious.
Yeah.
If he's given the ball to do it. And he has done it before. So who knows? Who knows what we'll see? I think we could see some people taking different roles, and he could be one. So look out for Falaba this year.
Yeah. Don't sell him short. Honestly, like that's one guy to keep an eye on. He's very good at what he does. So don't ever lose yourself on Fala. So cool. All right, Jay, what do we got next?
We've got Mean. Woo, my God, Gia Miller in the backstage area there. That lovely set with Ace Austin and talking about what happened at the pay-per-view. And he starts cutting down someone else who he mentioned that he didn't have the face-off with, but now he's got the face-off with Josh Alexander.
Yes.
So this is very telling. Of course, the numbers didn't lie, and they spelled trouble for one Josh Alexander. And a little team up there because Madman Fulton, of course, is always at Ace Austin's side. They double team Josh Alexander and someone who I was not expecting at all to come to the rescue of Josh. Matt Cardona. Rescue.
Can I
just off Ace and Madman Fulton?
Can I just say this was a really good Ace Austin promo too, though. Like Ace looked strong here, man. He was like I was forced to watch a bad Josh Alexander match on a pre-show. Like, I wasn't even on. Like, so then I got this guy interfering in my segment. Like, Ace looked strong. Like, it was like strong promo, which I thought was cool, man.
Oh, and he was holding that cup.
He's holding the cup, which so yeah, I mean he's right there in line. This is an Ace Austin year, and I think but this sets up we getting a tag team out of this, potentially tag team match.
I believe we're getting that next week. I believe we're getting Ace. I don't know if they made it official.
Yeah, they did. It's Ace and Madman versus
Josh and Cardona. Okay.
Josh and Cardona.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. So it's official now. That's next week. Nice.
The big one.
Very cool. Okay. Cool. So that's gonna happen next week. We got a couple of recap videos. We do have a Dr. Ross segment coming up next, John Jaybone.
Sorry, I was just looking at something on social media. Someone tagged me in. Sorry. Yeah. So you talk about the main event here?
We got Dr. Ross and Eddie Edwards first.
Dr. Ross.
Oh, see, I stepped out for that one.
All right, he did. He did step out. I can confirm that.
Set it up.
So
set it up.
All right. So we go to the makeshift medical center at Skyway. We'll call it
medical facility.
And yes, I think it's medical facility / maybe somewhat catering. But we got Dr. Ross with Eddie Edwards on the table, the gurney, and he's all beat up. He says no more barbed wire matches for Eddie. Eddie doesn't want to hear it. He's going to do what he's going to do.
Yeah.
In walks the most professional Brian Myers. And he's like, oh, man, my eye. You got to be my eye. So he says, Dr. Ross, you got to see me. He's like, I'm with Eddie here. And he's like, no. So they get into it. They get into a little scuffle, Eddie and Brian Myers. And he's like, next week. Eddie's like, next week. Me and you. So they're going to have a match. Eddie Edwards versus Brian Myers next week.
There you go. So that's odd. I mean, this is the thing for, and I'm not sure. I think Alicia cut out. I'm not sure if her connection dropped out or not. But other yard, you cut out for a second.
I stand up for a second. Sorry, I'm having sciatic nerve problems.
No worries. It's kind of an interesting push for Myers, though, right? Like you get the paper, you get the win on Josh. You get the win on Fala today, and immediately he's in with Eddie Edwards next week. Like we were all talking. That's pretty big. It's like
Eddie Edwards just beat Sami Callihan at the pay-per-view.
We've all been talking, like, what do you do with Myers? And it's like, boom, he's thrust into 3 matches, like right here. Like, there you go. So the guy's off the races.
And you know what I'm gonna think?
I was gonna say no Sammy.
No Sammy.
Sammy off the show.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He'll be back, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
He'll be back.
Sure.
Interesting though. But Sammy's good at, like, they take care of Sammy because it's kind of like it almost wouldn't make sense if Sami Callihan is there and just fine and like hanging out today. Like
exactly.
Like you got to sell it a little. I mean, the guy's he got his ass handed to him, this and that. It's like got beat down. The war was over. In reality, he's licking his wounds today. So that's the idea.
Call him the backyarder, Brian.
That
Myers.
Whoopsie points a great thing out. He called Eddie Edwards a backyarder. He's like, what about the professional, the wrestler Eddie Edwards? And he's like, well, I'll fucking wrestle you next week and whoop your ass. Like, I'll just show you how it works. So that we're getting that next week. And if a lot of people who might be newer fans of Eddie don't realize that Eddie is like a real good technical wrestler too from back in the day.
Ow!
American Wolves, the Ring of Honor run. Like he's a very technical wrestler at the same time.
Yeah.
So maybe we get a little return to Eddie going technical next week.
Tactical Eddie.
Back to next week.
Return of Davey Richards.
I say get off of that one.
Cardona and Myers versus the Wolves at Rebellion.
I don't know, man. Davey Richards coming back? I don't know, man. That seems like a stretch. Guy's he's starting to be a doctor. I don't know if he's got time to wrestle. I don't know, man. All speculation. We don't know. But we'll see. We'll see.
He's put it out there. He put it out there that he's looking at it. Maybe.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what he's been posting a lot of his old matches though too. I gotta say, Davey's been putting his old stuff back out there. So maybe he's dropping hints. I don't know. But all right, what's next, Jay? What do we got coming up here? What's going on?
We got the main event.
Main event of the evening. This is big. This is still crazy to me that this happened, by the way.
I really didn't know how to react to this. This is just crazy nuts to see this. Chris Sabin and the return of James Storm against Matt Hardy's proteges, if you will, Private Party.
Yeah.
For basically for a number one contendership of the Impact Wrestling.
For the number one contendership.
Yeah, for the number one contendership of the Impact tag team titles. The Good Brothers titles.
AEW.
That's basically what it is.
Right?
That's what they're
Funny how that worked out, huh, guys?
Yeah, that's what we're setting that up for sure.
Granted, I'm optimistic about it, but whoo-wee.
Yeah,
that leaves a punch to the face, huh?
I'm to be honest, I am a little shocked that they went with that. I am. I'm like, what? Private Party's getting a tag team title shot at our belts already, and it's like, I don't know, man. I'm a little weird on this. I'm a little mixed. I'm with Alicia.
The reason being because the belt got teleported off a mat, therefore they get the right in. Like the logic.
That is what they said, right? That is what they said for. You're right.
It's like Steiner math, bro.
Well, Steiner math, Hardy logic. He was kind of doing a Steiner math promo at one time during the show.
He did. It was straight up
Good to have
Steiner
him
math.
back, though.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But that was the logic, wasn't it? Like I lost him on a teleportation. I was like, what's going on here? But yeah, shit. Okay. So match wasn't bad. I've never seen Private Party work before.
Yeah. And like I said in the watch along, I'm like, if you've never seen these guys work, you're in for a treat. And they really did have a great match with Sabin and Storm.
They did.
Until
I didn't expect this. I could not believe the guy who cheated, the cheater in this, wasn't even Tony Khan. Bill, Jerry Lynn, nice guy Jerry Lynn, new effing show. Did a hold the legs on the apron, on the rope, and it's like
for Sabin.
I'll tell you, it's like say it ain't so, Joe.
It really
say it ain't so, Jerry. Say it ain't so.
You showed up with Tony Khan though.
No, from the get-go.
This was a knife to the heart. Like I don't get it.
Let me go back to Jerry Lynn in that promo. First, we thought he was mute. He didn't talk until the last second.
True.
I guess he had him by the cojones. Tony Khan got people by the cojones.
True.
Come on.
I don't know, man. I just couldn't. I didn't think it was Jerry who was going to do the cheating in this. I was like, damn.
Wait. Does this surprise you? Tony Khan not doing anything on his own?
Whoa. All right. Fair enough.
Like he wouldn't have henchmen to do his dirty work. Like
it's true. I never associate Jerry with like bad actions. You know, I just never associate with
a good guy. When he tried to be a good guy, the bad guy, no one ever bought it.
Yeah, I mean, my thought.
Now we buy it.
Now we totally buy it.
When he jumped the railing and grabbed Chris Sabin, my thought was,
you've stepped over the line. Now you've taken it too far.
I remember, because he didn't say anything in that little promo with Tony Khan, right?
Not until the last second when they leave the set, he says something. But
yeah, he's like, "Okay, cool, yeah, say we go, whatever." But
yeah.
It reminded me of you guys ever see that movie CB4 back in the day? Have you seen CB4? Chris Rock, and it's like that mockumentary, and he's like, at one point they're like, in every rap group, it's always that quiet one you got to watch out for. And the one guy's like, and if you notice, I haven't said shit in about 25, 35 fucking minutes. So like, that's exactly what happened here. It's like, that's the one you got to fucking watch out for. The guy didn't say anything the whole time. That's the guy who turned on you and caused you the match tonight. That was it, man. Jerry Lynn, how could you? Are the comments
Jerry Lynn, TNA blood through his veins.
He's the guy. He's the grandfather of the X division, man. You know, money changed him. That's what the people are saying in here.
And that's why I said earlier, I'll just repeat it again. It's like the only way I'm going to feel better about this is if we get a match down the road sometime soon with this whole invasion angle. We get Sabin or maybe James Storm versus Jerry Lynn.
See, Jerry said a lot that he's not wrestling anymore. The hip was replaced, I think, and there's no more wrestling going on.
No, he doesn't get to say that now. No,
that's right.
That's
right, Jaybone.
He got involved.
Now I got
in the ring.
D'Lo was right there. D'Lo. Jerry Lynn wasn't down.
He wasn't down.
You got to rep the brand, D'Lo.
I was thinking, I was like, man, this is Scott in the chat here. I love this stuff. Fight fire with fire. Bring back RVD.
Like, there you go.
I love that.
Hey, Katie.
Hey, you ain't cheating. You know, just bring RVD back. Have those two face off again. That'd be cool. But interesting, man. I mean, Private Party wins. They get a tag team title. Did they say when the title shot is? Have they announced that?
They did not.
I don't think so. Let me double check the old Twitter box.
So yeah, like Alicia said, it's AEW versus AEW at this point.
Like, the Good Brothers are gonna come save the day, and they're gonna palmer the Private Party right through the ring.
It's a little weird though because right,
on Impact.
The Good Brothers are Impact Tag Champs, but they've aligned themselves with Kenny Omega, who's the AEW champion. But are they trying to show that Omega is like not like he's he's a virus in AEW too though? Because that's that why
they don't like him there either.
That's the idea. Okay, they don't like him there. He's an outsider there too now. That's the idea, right? So these guys are both two sets of outsiders in each other's companies. Is what's going on. Okay, I don't know. We'll see where this goes. I'm curious where it goes, where the match takes place. You know, does this match happen on Dynamite? Does it happen here? Is Private Party here for another match? But I don't know. It's all in the air.
There is a YouTube video out. I didn't get to see its entirety, but it's Private Party and Matt leaving on a private jet, celebrating their win.
Okay.
So it seems like that gives you the idea it probably isn't happening for a little bit, but I don't know.
Okay.
Or maybe it's happening down there, possibly.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, look at this guy.
Look at this smug
son of a bitch. Look at him.
So when you wear smaller than a schmedium, is that to try to show off the bicep?
The bicep, yeah, it could be. That could be what's going on.
Small.
Look
is that a child small?
Look at this. Look at the size of this. Look at the size of this.
Jaybone's analyzing the bicep.
So, if we tune into AEW tomorrow, would there be any potential of an Impact appearance?
Can we finally get that, please? Like, can we?
Well, you had the tag champs.
I don't
count.
It doesn't fully count to me either.
It counts. The belts were there. It counts.
The belt,
no belts. I would have gave it to you.
The belt that has to be there is Swan had to be there during that feud. That's the one missed opportunity to me. The fact that Swan never appeared to run in over there on Omega. That's my big thing. We never got if that happened, I would have been okay right now. I mean, like, all right, cool. We had a little moment. But you gotta have receipts. I gotta see a receipt on their show at some point.
Jerry Lynn needs to get a receipt now.
No, Jerry Lynn.
Why isn't Scott D'Amore up on their channel?
Well, that's what I say. Scott D'Amore needs to come out now. Like this
start pulling the Tony Khan card. And
I love the coach. But the coach needs to do something here, and not just a little tweet. I need more than a tweet from the coach right now.
We gotta see him on their TV. Like, oh, you want to buy
Tony Khan took my seat.
Yeah.
That doesn't go without a receipt.
See, that's what it all comes down to. He's just pissed off that Tony took his seat. That's what Bill's really mad at here.
It's finally revealed.
It is.
He was in that spot.
That's your seat, Bill. He took your goddamn seat. Like, son of a
I showed
bitch.
no respect.
None. But so that's
Him and his little book.
You guys see what was on the book? It said Star Trek Captain's Log. It was a Star Trek Captain's Log notepad. It was. Our buddy Garrett from IMPACT.
Who watches Star Trek?
I think quite a few people watch Star Trek.
Tony
Khan watches Star Trek.
An audience of one. Ooh. Oh, no,
now, I like this.
Mandalorian stomps all over Star Trek's ass.
I like
Don't
this
tell that
idea.
to Sammy Callahan.
Sammy Callahan does a hack and hacks dynamite, like ICU's dynamite. I don't know. That could be kind of cool.
Is that happening though? Jaybone, is that a hacking business going on?
Do they have a hacking thing going on, Jaybone, on AEW?
No. Could it happen?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The way they stated that.
It'd be perfect because we got to see what's next for Kenny. Okay. We got to see who's coming after Kenny next. Mox put a promo out last week, like basically saying, look, I'm coming for you. So it'd be the perfect time kind of between things because there is no definite, okay, this is Moxley's rematch, gets it on this date. There is none of that yet. So it could be, it could be Mox comes out for another promo. He does something, appears tomorrow night, and the lights go out and the lights start flickering, and hey, something completely out of the blue that we did not see tonight. Like, why didn't we see Sammy tonight? There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be perfect time.
Yeah. Listen, we'll see, man. But that's the show. We go out with, like, the Proud Party does win. They get the win-ons. They get the tag team title shot, and they get that face-off with the Good Brothers at the end. I believe they fade out on that face-off. Am I right?
Well, they get the face-off, but then Sabin and Storm come back in, and they all start brawling, and they cut out on the brawl.
That was a cut out on the brawl. So Sabin and Storm maybe stay. Beer Guns keeping the mix on this. Maybe Shelly comes back. Maybe Chris Harris comes back. That'd be kind of cool.
Beer Guns.
Beer Guns Most Wanted. That'd be kind of cool. We'll see, but that's it, guys. Look at the end of the day, one of the biggest episodes of Impact Wrestling in of all time. This ranks up there as a very monumental episode, just purely for the returns, just the crossover. The segments were great. The matches were great. This was just it's a perfect episode. It was a perfect episode in the sense of, like, everything flowed. Everybody's engaged. I think somebody even pointed out they were trending at number 4 the night before the damn inauguration happens.
How about that?
Wow.
There's political insanity going on in the world. Big stuff going on. And they were still killing it online. Big numbers on Twitch. I'm sure the access numbers are good too. It was just a big night all around for the company. And I'm happy for them. I'm happy for that. That's my biggest happiness, is that the company's got a lot more shine. And I noticed a lot of AEW fans in the main chat, Impact's Twitch chat, like, holy shit, this commentary is great. I've been here. I'm in since Hard to Kill. I'm watching from now on. I just came back. I'm a return fan. A lot of that going on.
There was a gain in the numbers tonight as the show went on, because people started talking about it online, and then people started tuning in on Twitch. So it'll be interesting to see. I think they topped out between 10 and 11K, which is significantly more than it was several months ago. So that was nice to see, and I think we even saw it in the chat during the show. Our numbers were a little more than usual. So
yeah, we listen every time these guys do good, we do great. So we appreciate that.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of new AEW fans who have joined our show now, listening live. Our live numbers have been fantastic. So welcome to all the new listeners today. We hope you like it. Stick around with us. We do it every Tuesday. We're here, so definitely join us. We appreciate that. But that's it, guys. That's the show. That's the wrap up. Tomorrow, Jaybone, you're going to be live with Dynamite, right? Why don't you get your plug in quick now? While people are still in here.
Yeah, I'll be live after AEW Dynamite with Basil, who you saw earlier in the show. He's my brother from another mother, my cohort. on that on the reviews. So yeah, tune in. We usually go live very shortly after the show is over, usually about 10 to 15 minutes afterwards. So yeah,
very cool.
And that's on YouTube. Look up Smash This Podcast, and on Twitch.
Very cool.
Now,
very cool.
Trent, do you want to talk about this after the lights go out in the day?
So I was thinking, I put in our chat while we were on the show. If you guys saw it, if you guys read, I put in our little group chat. What I thought is we used to do a show after this show go off the air. We used to call it After Dark. We used to where it'd be bonus talk about what we just reviewed. And I guess, Bill, I guess you could say there's been some demand for this show to come back lately, because
I would say so.
I say imitation's a great form of flattery, and I said there's a little talk about this one coming back, and people just getting really excited for us to maybe bring that show back. A lot of people seem to like it. It was a Twitter only special.
Yeah.
You know,
did you say excited?
I say very excited. Perfect. Very, very excited to come back. And my thought was, how about we bring After Dark back, and we do it tomorrow night after Jaybone goes off the air with his Dynamite podcast. Oh. So we get the wrap up, we get the full spectrum, because these are almost like conjunction shows. We don't do a show Wednesday on TNI. How about we go After Dark? After Jaybone goes off the air, we do a little 30 to 45 minute TNI After Dark return back on Twitter. And there might even be a scumbag joining us on this one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is huge news. This is breaking news, Trent.
This is big news, my friend. This is big news. Listen,
After we weren't Dark, the personal favorite show of I know people in this chat.
Some people like it. We weren't going to bring it back. We had shelved it, but for some reason, I just felt like a lot of people were talking about it this weekend, and some reason people were saying that After Dark, and they were talking about things like crazy merchandise, like that, like certain, like AJ Styles T-shirts and stuff, things that we mentioned a lot, and we did it for a while on this show.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's coincidental, but hey, we'll bring that back tomorrow.
We could call it the After Dark.
Oh,
it's the original After Dark.
We can call it whatever we want, but
thank you. Yeah.
Oh no, as you saw it here first. Anyways, we'll do that tomorrow night, guys, on Twitter at We Talk Impact. Just a Twitter Periscope exclusive at We Talk Impact. So after Jay's done on Smash This Podcast talking Dynamite, we'll set that up. We'll give him a little breather. We'll set that up, and we'll go from there. So so it'll be a little late night. It's a quick show. Just jump on, extra little content, talk about some Impact stuff. Maybe we'll take into account what happened on Dynamite too, and we'll go from there. But cool. So Jay's on Smash's podcast. Jay, any other plug for Smash? Anything else where they can find you on there?
It's on all the social medias. Smash's podcast is on Facebook, the Twitter box, and that Instanek.
All right, cool. Alicia, where can they get you?
You can find me on the Instagram and the Twitter under the handle Alicia BKK.
Back on Twitter.
Not as vicious.
Wait.
Not as vicious.
Give it to Joe Doering.
Like that. Boop.
Joe Doering gives the ooh. Alicia's the boop. Nice.
I got your news.
It's the cute, it's the adorable version of Joe Doering.
Joe Doering.
Now I need a bear coat.
You do. He's not using the bear coat anymore. We should build auction.
Hey, Joe Doering.
Well, he came out with it at Hard to Kill, didn't he?
Joe Doering.
Not tonight, though.
What's that?
He came out with it at Hard to Kill.
Did he at Hard to Kill?
He did. Yeah.
He did?
Yeah, okay. He was all coated up.
I still say he gives the bear coat to Alicia. I say he gives that to Alicia. The bear coat goes to Alicia.
It could be a wedding dress.
I could wear it in my wedding. Exactly. It'll be my wedding dress.
It's like, do you, Alicia? It's like, yes, I do. It's like just covering her up.
Where we going, Thunder?
Just to make it clear, this revamped After Dark will not be Twitter. It's going to be on the normal formats, correct, Trent?
We could. I was thinking just the Twitter like we used to do.
Or they can go back old school Twitter way? I didn't know if it would go to the normal places.
So everything else, we'll see. How about, you know what? We'll decide that tomorrow. But for sure, Twitter. Let's talk about that tomorrow. Okay. We like to let this one breathe. This one gets all the plays and the fun. I don't want to muddy this one up. That was the whole thing about After Dark, was give its own little platform just on Twitter.
If you think shots are fired on this show, wait till After Dark.
That's what we keep it to one thing, and that's where real shots get fired. You get some real deep cuts on there sometimes. But so probably just
speaking of a deep cut, hey, you made any progress planning that wedding? I hear someone could do a solo, Alicia.
Here comes the bride.
Oh my God!
All dressed
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my
Wouldn't
god.
that be so cool?
I love that. I love that one. The new lead singer of Hemi. Sorry, Trent.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, listen, congratulations to him. Apparently there's their meeting next week, I guess. I don't know, that's what I hear. But we'll see. But all right, Bill, where can they get you?
Oh, on the Twitter and the Instagram at my name, William Gardner. And I am also, I saw that Madison put out there, she wanted to find pictures with fans and of her work. So I will be combing the files and finding some maybe old school to more recent Madison pics.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
On the socials.
Yeah, that's a cool, neat thing she did. She's like, if you ever took a picture with me, tweet it to me. Like, I want to just collect it. So that's really neat. That's really neat. That's one of those things where she even said, she's like, I wish I took more pictures with my friends, things like that. Take pictures, guys. You have the cameras with you now. Like, document your lives because you'll want it later on.
Even if you just have in-ring shots of her, send them. She wants them all.
Yeah, I think I even have some. So I might even check and see. I got some from certain shows. I'll tweet it out to her as well. So very cool. Guys, you can get me at Trent Zuberi over on Twitter and Hemi Music on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. The show at We Talk Impact, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact, Pro Wrestling Tees for all your merch at ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact, YouTube.com/Total Nonstop Impact, Discord link in the description. All audio podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Rate, review, subscribe. We're on all of them. So take a listen. If you're on there, definitely throw a rating our way, 5-star preferred. Leave a cool little review about the show as well. Throw that in there. We appreciate that. Bill's got the EC3 jacket, which he's going to wear to Alicia's wedding. It's a nice formal coat to be wearing to the wedding. But,
well, as EC3 said when he first saw me in it, he's like, you can get married in that and buried in it. So
that's
multi-purpose.
Pretty straightforward.
There you go.
Awesome. I think that does it for us. Everything is so, guys. We're gonna workshop after dark back in tomorrow. So follow us at We Talk Impact. It'll be all up there. The links will all be up there. And then Thursday night, back with the throwbacks. NWA TNA number 54. Back in the asylum. We're going through all early Jerry Lynn stuff. We're talking Jerry Lynn, Mr. Turncoat today. We're talking his good glory.
Turncoat Jerry.
We're talking the good days. So we'll be there I think we're in July of 2003, episode number 54. So if you have Impact Plus, go watch NWA TNA number 54. And then Sunday, we do the Impact Plus weekly. We talk Explosion, open forum, talk for about an hour, and then go from there. So that's kind of like our wrap up for the week. So the Sunday dinner, if you will. But guys, I think that's it, right? Anything else? Good meatballs on Sunday. Anything else, guys? Did I miss anything?
That's it.
I think that's it. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining. A little longer episode, but we had Basil. Thank you to Basil for joining us at the top of the show today. Big thank you also to Truck, who joined the watch along and was gifting subs.
Yes,
gifting subs while on the watch along with you two. I saw that today. Like
lots of people gifted out subs. Thank you. But
nice.
Thank you, Truck. Yes.
Truck was there gifting. Who else gifted subs? Let's shout them out real quick. Anybody?
RK and a few others, I believe.
Thank you to everybody. Big time. Thank you guys for doing that. We really appreciate this. The watch along is a huge part of this, our network here. So thank you guys for hanging out, Jay and Bill, doing that. And gifting subs is so generous. So super nice of you guys to do that. So thank you guys. Have a great week, everybody. Stay safe. We'll talk to you Thursday night. We'll see you later. Good night.